Yo, what is up, you guys? I'm DeAndre, and this is Dre and Jay, minus Jay, as you can tell, obviously. We recasted him.
We got an A.
We got an A. Nah, Javante is chilling. He just couldn't do this CBM talk this time. A lot of stuff that we need to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about over this past month, which we're going to talk about today, including James Gunn's new DC slate, some of Disney's new sequels and live-action projects coming out, Kevin Feige on Marvel's future, Spider-Man 4 and Deadpool 3, his thoughts on that, and then Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes wraps filming, so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And I'm trying to see what else. I think that's it for now. Maybe we'll add something as we go along. But yeah, instead of Jay, we have my boy Alec Salas here joining us. Alec, why don't you introduce yourself to the folks?
What's going on, people? I am Alec. I host the Final Drive, which DeAndre and Javante do with us every week or so. We try to do it. We talk sports mostly, but I give them a little time to run wild with their comic book talk, and we get into it.
Oh God, especially the recast of T'Challa shit.
Especially during Wakanda Forever. Ooh, that was a fun time.
That was indeed.
But it's I'm excited to be here. When you text me, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
No way, you be for real. But no, I'm excited, man. And I now see where the magic happens. So.
Yes. You like the setup?
I do, yeah. It's real nice, man. I'm thrilled to be a part of. I guess I'm the A in between Dre and Jay now.
Yeah, so something like that. I mean, we ain't giving you official titles.
No.
You know, it's kind of like a Stephen A. You know, you filling in for what's it called? Actually, no. He has every day he has someone different. So I guess it's not Stephen A. But you know what I mean.
I'm just in the rotation.
You in a rotation, yeah.
I'm on the bench, but when my time comes.
Of course. No, but what I actually plan to do though is like, of course, when it's all three of us or maybe four of us, if we invite more people, especially take it over to Sour Kid's studio and then do a live.
Oh yeah, that'd be mad.
CBM.
That'd be live.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Get Kevin some screen time too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because that man just be behind.
He be spitting fats, bro. He be spitting fats. Sometimes I can't tame Javante with his wild take, so I need a guy like Kenneth to bring him back. Yeah.
Hey, after seeing y'all's video about Ant-Man, I'm just like, Javante, let's be real about Marvel. Let's just be real. It's a bunch of mid.
You're right.
It's a bunch of mid.
So yeah, let's start out with. You trash Marvel. Let's go with DC. Let's go with James Gunn revealing his DC slate. One thing I will say about James Gunn, he knows how to be petty with fans. You know how fans were eagerly wanting him to announce his DC slate when we knew it was going to be in January. We were wondering when is he going to announce it? When is he going to announce his new projects? And this motherfucker waited until the very last day of January to do this shit. So he has a fan in me. I'm not gonna lie. I love that shit.
You gotta respect it.
Yeah, you gotta respect it.
He's doing his own craft at DC. It's not like Marvel where you have the timeline and 3 years down the road, hey, X-Men's coming, Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Nah, James Gunn in year one with DC. You just gotta give him some time.
Of course. So here's the article from the Hollywood Reporter detailing James Gunn's new upcoming DC projects. So a new Batman movie without Robert Pattinson but featuring Bruce Wayne's murderous son, a Superman movie on the release schedule, mark your calendars for July 11, 2025, a Game of Thrones style drama set on Wonder Woman's home island of Themyscira, and an animated series already in production, Creature Commandos. Wait, what? That's just part of what will be coming to theaters and TV screens as part of DC Studios bosses James Gunn and Peter Safran's new slate. The pair have been busy in the 3 months since taking over and combining the film and television slate of DC properties, including live action and animation as well as gaming. They revamped the way the movie and TV sides do business, cutting ties with projects and creators. A writer's room was formed to find an overall story that will launch a unified DC universe. Creators have been approached in a plan, at least part of one, for what is being billed as Chapter 1 God and Monsters was formulated and a slate of projects put into development. Let's see. Now, after ambitiously promising fans that they would have something to show them by February 1st, Gunn and Safran unveiled the first part of their slate. It's a combination of big, well-known heroes along with lesser-known characters who may just become big, like the once obscure heroes of Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy films over at Marvel Studios. The duo shared their plans Monday with reporters in a petite and tidy. Excuse my language there.
Fixing a post.
Tidy. Yeah, post-production cut right there. Tidy screening room on the Warner Brothers lot in Burbank. One of our strategies is take our diamond characters, which is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and we use them to prop other characters that people don't know, explained Gunn. Added Saffron to build those lesser-known properties into the diamond properties of tomorrow. While plans may yet shift, caution the duo, here is the initial slate of projects for Chapter 1 and in the order they're planned to appear. So, one of his projects, Creature Commandos, a 7-episode animated series written by Gunn that is already in production. Originally a team of classic monsters assembled to fight Nazis. This is a modern take on the concept. The voice actors have yet to be cast, but the executives are looking to find people who can voice the animated characters and also portray the live-action versions when the anti-heroes show up in movies and series. Waller, in a spin-off of Gunn's own HBO Max hit series Peacemaker, Viola Davis will return as the ruthless and morally ambiguous head of a government task force. It is being written by Crystal Henry, who wrote, I'm guessing, the Watchmen TV series, and Jeremy Carver, the creator of the Doom Patrol TV series. Superman Legacy, the movie featuring the Man of Steel that Gunn is writing and may direct, although no commitments on that end have been made, while the 2 previous titles are meant to be apparatus. In Saffron's words, Superman is the true kickoff for the duo's DCU plans. It's not an origin story, Saffron said. It focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks that kindness is old-fashioned. Release date of July 11, 2025 has been penciled in. And then we have Greg Berlanti's Lawn in the Works Green Lantern's TV series. Greg Berlanti's Long in the Works Green Lantern TV series has been scrapped, and Gunn and Saffron have parted ways with the longtime DC series steward. In its place will be a new take on the space cops with power rings. Our vision for this is very much in the vein of True Detective. Saffron described it's terrestrial-based. It will feature prominent Lantern heroes Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, and is one of the most important shows they have in development. This plays a really big role in leading into the main story we are telling across film and TV. Then you have The Authority, a movie based on a team of superheroes with rather extreme methods of protecting the planet that first originated in the late 1990s under an influential imprint known as Wildstorm, run by artist and now head of DC Publishing Jim Lee. Shout out Jim Lee, one of the GOATs. One of the themes of the DCU is that it's not just a story of heroes and villains, said Gunn. Not every film and TV show is going to be about good guy versus bad guy. Giant things from the sky come and good guy wins. There are white hats, black hats, and gray hats, added Saffron. They are kind of like Jack Nicholson and A Few Good Men. They know that you want them on the wall, or at least they believe that. Almost done with this. Thank God. Then we have Paradise Lost. The duo described this HBO Max series as a Game of Thrones style drama set on the all-female island that is Wonder Woman's birthplace, Themyscira. Filled with political intrigue and scheming between power players, it takes place before the events of the Wonder Woman films. Then we have The Brave and the Bold. This is the introduction of the DCU Batman, said Gunn, of Bruce Wayne, and also introduces our favorite Robin, Damian Wayne, who is a little son of a bitch. The movie will take inspiration from the now classic Batman run written by Grant Morrison that introduced Batman to a son he never knew existed, a murderous tween raised by assassins. It's a very strange father and son story, and importantly, it will feature a Batman not played by Robert Pattinson. However, there is also the Batman sequel. Thank God.
Yes.
Pattinson will continue to portray the Dark Knight in at least one more crime saga movie directed by Matt Reeves. That movie, the executives revealed, will be released October 3rd, 2025, and is being titled The Batman Part 2. 2025 is going to be a very big year for DC. Crown Saffron, Superman, and Batman within the same year. Hallelujah. Booster Gold.
Your time is coming. Your time is coming.
Bro, I've been waiting. I've been waiting in the shadows this whole time. Marvel has been, pumping out all this bullshit projects recently. So, it's good when we finally get DC boys. We about to.
They're cooking.
We cooking up something.
They're cooking
Hold
over
up.
here.
Let him cook. So we got a Booster Gold HBO Max series based on a unique, lesser-known hero created in 1986. Saffron said of the series, it's about a loser from the future who uses basic future technology to come back to today and pretend to be a superhero. Gunn described it as imposter syndrome as a superhero.
That would be like the perfect hero for Gunn to like just have fun with.
Oh, for sure.
Booster Gold kind of, and which shouldn't be a shock that Damian Wayne is Gunn's favorite Robin.
Right. I mean, the Booster Gold automatically, like, especially when you say imposter syndrome as a superhero, it kind of gives me that Peacemaker vibe.
Oh yeah, you can have a lot of fun creativity with that.
Of course. Then we have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Taking its cues from the recent Tom King written miniseries, this movie promises a different take than what most think of when Superman's cousins come to mind. We will see the difference between Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents from the time he was an infant, versus Supergirl, raised on a rock, a chip off of Krypton, and who watched everyone around her die and be killed in terrible ways for the first 14 years of her life and then come to Earth. She is much more hardcore and not the Supergirl we're used to. And then lastly, we have Swamp Thing, a horror film that promises to close out the first part of the first chapter. To come up with an overall direction of the slate, Gunn assembled a group of writers consisting of friends and storytellers that he admired. Among them were the Martian scribe Drew Goddard, the Flash writer Christina Hodson, Moon Knight head writer Jeremy Slater, Watchmen writer Crystal Henry, and famed comic book scribe Tom King. King is one of the biggest DC writers of the past 12 years, a key architect of its Batman line, and the writer of the Supergirl miniseries that will be the basis of the movie. Before audiences get to those films and series, however, there is a matter of this year's crop of movies, starting with Shazam, Fury of the Gods, coming March 17th, and continuing with The Flash, June 16th. Praise. Blue Beetle, August 18th. Bro, hype. When is that trailer dropping? Because I can't wait to see that shit. Hype. I'm telling you. And Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which, if we've heard the rumors about the test screenings, not looking too good.
It just makes sense for DC to have The Flash, and it looks like The Flash might really be that film that could really just take over.
Facts.
And then, hey, we have Shazam and Aquaman, and they're going to be pretty bad.
I don't think anyone cares about Shazam. I'm telling you, bro, Flash is the only movie that, like, DC movie that right now that people care about.
For sure.
I will say Blue Beetle should be, and I think it will be when people start to see the trailers for it.
Yeah.
Just because of how, like, important that character is, especially to the Latin community.
Yep.
But Aquaman, not too sure about, just because of the whole Jason Momoa. Is he going to be Aquaman in the future? I know there were rumors about him being Lobo. So how would those two work?
He's in Fast Furious now.
That is true as well. He sold his soul to be in that franchise.
Hey, it could have been The Rock. The Rock tried to buy that franchise.
He did. Man, The Rock tried to do me. The Rock tried to buy DC at this point. With all the bullshit he was trying to do with Black Adam. Talking about he main villain. He wants to face off against the Justice League.
He said the hierarchy is about to change. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
I'm like, bro,
you're like a tier 2 villain.
This. If I was a Justice Leaguer, like if I was like, let's say, let's bring it back to the DC animated universe. When Martian Manhunter was patrolling the whole Watchtower and shit. If I heard Black Adam was fucking some shit up, I would just be like, okay. Any volunteers? Who wants to go? Like, that's a 1-2 leader situation.
That's the episode where they have it's like the Knight the Cowboy.
Yes,
because everybody else is out of world.
Yep.
or deep space.
So they send
hey, you guys got to go.
The people with no powers. Yeah, you right.
Go deal with Black Adam.
You right. That's exactly what I would do.
That's the filler episode.
No, I'm not even trying to like disrespect Black Adam, but I'm just trying to like undermine The Rock and like his way of thinking. As far as his character, like where Black Adam's place is, like.
Well, you could not send Shazam because The Rock did not want to fight Shazam.
Oh, facts. Which
hey, more power to him.
Of course. So yeah, Alec, bro, let me ask you, man, what projects are you most excited about from this? Like, what is? When you heard this pitch from James Gunn, like, was this kind of what you expected? Was there something more you were expecting from this?
So I'm glad, for starters, we're getting a Green Lantern series, which, because I feel like, we talk about the Ryan Reynolds and that was pretty bad. But everything as far as like DC animated, the series, the movies, whatever it may be, there's always a Green Lantern. It's essential, whether it was Hal Jordan or John Stewart. Green Lanterns are important, and with Oa and them knowing deep space and all that stuff, they're essential to DC no matter how you cut it. So to get a Green Lantern is nice. And also what kind of intrigued me is Superman, because he mentioned it's not going to be the same yada yada story over where, from Krypton, Rocket crashes, they find, the parents of Kansas.
Right.
It's like, and that was, to me, that's what's so refreshing about Homecoming, the Spider-Man film, because it's like...
It's not a retelling of the other two Spider-Man films.
Because we know the story. Uncle Ben gets murdered, with great power comes great responsibility, and
right.
Boom, Spider-Man. But with DC, they're going to take Superman. I'm assuming he's already, well into his adolescence or adult years.
Yeah, they said it's going to be him, I think his first year on the Daily Planet.
Okay, yeah, so you get an established Clark Kent who's trying to balance it all, which is almost exactly what Homecoming was in a way for Peter Parker. So I'm excited to see what that can do.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that because, as someone who loves Man of Steel, that's one of my favorite fucking superhero movies of all time. I'll say that to this day. One of the best comic book origin films. Let's be honest. If you disagree, you hate.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I'm glad that it's not really going to be an origin story. It's going to be hey, he's Superman right from the jump. This is his story. I don't have to worry about, redoing the Zod storyline because I'm tired of Zod being the villain. Like, give me fucking Brainiac, give me Parasite,
Livewire,
like
something.
Give me something else, man. Which I was excited about Brainiac potentially being the villain in Man of Steel 2 when they were talking about Henry Cavill coming back, which I'm disappointed. Pain. But it's pain. It's pain. It's going to be pain for a while, but. I think this was probably the best thing for DC as a whole for them to reboot this whole thing and move on, especially for Gunn's vision. I don't really hate Gunn for... I know a lot of people would give that man hate, and there was one... I think there was one post where it was a picture of fucking Henry Cavill Superman holding James Gunn's fucking head. And I was Jesus, bro.
I get it to an extent because, but here's also the problem. Had Gunn kept... Henry Cavill or Affleck or whoever, no matter what you do with those actors, they're going to be compared to the Zack Snyder version no matter what, and people are going to hold it to that pedestal. So, say if you brought back Henry Cavill, no matter what he does, it's being compared to Man of Steel. Right. Had he done an origin superhero movie.
Exactly, yeah.
So to start fresh, I get it, because I think that's just something DC needed to do. And like Amanda Waller, Viola Davis, one, she's an incredible actress, but two, her role is her character is small enough in DC to where you could hold her over and say, you were great at what you did, right, we can keep rolling with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I think with especially characters from the Suicide Squad, let's say Margot Robbie, Viola Davis,
The Rock,
John Cena, yeah, any of those, I feel like they can stay. The thing is, I would get rid of the Justice League because again, I'm starting a new Justice League. I don't want people from the old Justice League continuing with this new one. I definitely don't want Ezra Miller's ass back for this.
And especially if Flash is going to reset everything.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that a lot of these characters like Waller, you never really seen Waller or Margot Robbie interact with any of the Justice League members. Maybe Ben Affleck's Batman once or twice, but besides that, you don't ever see them interact with them. So, I would be okay with them moving on with those characters versus putting Gal back or bringing Jason back or Ezra or any of them,
Yeah, and I just feel like outside of maybe Henry and Gale as Wonder Woman and Superman, I kind of feel like those two were, word for, point for point. I thought those were great. Superman and Wonder Woman, and everybody else was kind of I don't know if they fit.
Yeah, well, Ben, I knew Ben.
Well, Ben fit the Dark Knight.
Yeah, Ben was great, but also I knew where Ben was at in his life, and I knew he didn't want to come back.
And plus HBO kind of screwed him over on everything.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
But I heard that James reached out to him about directing some potential DC projects. We'll see if maybe he directs this Batman movie potentially. What do you think about Damian Wayne in Batman story?
He's like my least favorite Robin.
Same.
He's right there at the bottom.
I'm like, bro, you giving us Robin, but it ain't the one we all wanted.
To me, it goes Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, and then Jason Todd.
Damn, I would say Dick for me, then Dick Grayson for me. I would say
yeah, I got you.
Dick Grayson for me, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, then Damian.
I like Tim. Tim Drake just gets underutilized.
Yeah.
Like, he was cool in the animated series, and then you didn't hear about him after that.
I mean, you got him in Batman Arkham games, sort of.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. But here's the cool thing DC did, right? They said, okay, look at Marvel. What Marvel did. Obviously, the Avengers were their focus. That was the first team they were going to put together. So they said, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, we're going to get their origins out right away. And look at this first slate. It's The Brave and the Bold, you have the Superman movie, you have the Green Lantern series, which I assume by the description, it's going to tie in to what he's doing. Mm-hmm. And then with Themyscira, obviously that's going to tie into Wonder Woman, who will be... You're getting your heavy hitters out of the way right now.
Yeah.
To establish them.
Well, I mean, you could have done it where, like, you had Wonder Woman, you had Batman, you had Superman. Like, those are the main trilogy, so why not have a Wonder Woman project announced? But you technically have Paradise Lost, which I don't know if it takes place... I don't know if Wonder Woman will be in the show or if it takes place before Wonder Woman's time period.
No.
Potentially. But...
It establishes it.
Yeah, it establishes it. I do think, though, that the cool thing about it is, like, a lot of these stories seem like they're going to be set in different times. Like, it doesn't have to be all connected right now. Mm-hmm. A lot of these projects will kind of be like, I don't know, like The Authority. The Authority could take place many years back, and then not kind of like how Eternals was.
Yep.
Like, hey, like this story takes place. You saw them come to Earth and everything, and then you saw them after it goes to present day. So it could be like that, where a lot of these stories take place in different time periods, and then when we see future movies moving forward, like the big movie that crosses over into these films, then you'll see them all like connected.
Yeah. Swamp Thing too, because Swamp Thing, he protects the green, so that could literally take place at any point in history where he's defending planet Earth from,
exactly. And as far as Batman, I did want Robert Pattinson to be this DCU Batman. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of hurt by that.
Okay, yeah.
I liked him as Batman. I think he's a great Batman. He captures that detective aspect of the character, and just because of what they're doing for this Batman universe, like how much they're pouring into it, especially as far as the spin-offs. You had the Penguin series, so it's like, I'm gonna care about this Batman a lot. I'm gonna care about this Penguin a lot, and all these other characters because of how much emphasis that we're putting into them with movies and spin-offs. And then you want me to accept these new ones in this new DC universe.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's a good point, because I think obviously what's kind of cool about DC is the Elseworlds, right? That's what the separate universe movies are. So like Batman, Joker, the sequel to the Joker is going to be in that as well. So like it kind of lets you get more creative and explore other storylines for these characters, which I wish something Marvel would do, but they got their own thing with the MCU and all that. But with The Brave and the Bold, I kind of feel like they're going for more of the Justice League Batman animated series, the Kevin Conroy-esque version of Batman, to where
you talking about the new Batman adventures, kind of? Yeah,
exactly. So it's kind of like that more, because we talked about Gunn himself said he wants to take ideas from the DC animated universe and really bring that to life in his DC universe. So that could be something. Kevin Conroy, rest in peace. To me, his Arkham Batman is the best interpretation of Batman we've ever seen.
No lies.
It's the best interpretation. So I think if you can try and even do anything like that with Damian Wayne, because that just seems like James Gunn could have a lot of fun with the Damian Wayne.
Yeah,
because he's literally like a little a-hole who wants to kill everybody instead of bringing them to justice.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. It is weird though, because of the fact that I don't know when. Again, we don't know when if these movies will be in the same like time period, because when I'm used to Damian Wayne, like I'm used to his friend being Superman's son.
Oh, John, yeah.
Kent.
And then, but also usually Yeah, the Robin's already established.
Yeah, the Robin's already established. So if you start this and you have still Superman, who's pretty much, I'm thinking, I don't know if he's year one Superman, but he's like first year early Daily Planet. He's not gonna have a kid with Lois yet. So how does that work? How are you gonna introduce those two together if you ever do? Because they will be completely different ages by the time.
For sure.
Maybe
Kryptons grow faster. Maybe they're like remember those little foam dinosaurs you put in the water, and overnight they grow. Maybe Kryptons just grow overnight. We don't know that.
Nah,
it's never been established.
I know how Kryptonians age. They age normally, and then I think once they reach like 40 or 50, that's when they stop aging for a while.
That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, because I do remember Superman aged at one point when the Batman Beyond.
Yeah, right.
The episode with Superman, he had the gray hair and everything, and so like he does age. It takes him longer than any other character. Shit.
I'm asking, so what's got you intrigued about this DC lineup so far, then?
I will say there are a few unknowns. Well, one thing I will say is like, I love how everything's connected as far as like he wants to make an animated universe that where the animated characters can jump into live action and be connected as well with the movie. So I think that's really dope. I mean, Marvel hasn't even done that shit yet. So
no, the closest they ever came was What If, and that's just the MCU with different realities.
I thought What If would have tied into it. Like when they first showed that Doctor Strange trailer. And they showed the evil Doctor Strange at the end. I was like, oh shit, is that the Doctor Strange from What If? Nope.
Because this is what Marvel to me lacks, and Marvel lacks in great animated content. They really do.
Oh, facts.
Like Marvel, like what DC lacks in live action movies,
they make up for it.
They make up for it animated content, and to me, like that just
shit. I'll tell you what, they make up for it in video games too.
Facts.
I mean until Marvel and Sony dropped that damn Spider-Man game
and Wolverine,
and well, we gotta wait till Wolverine comes out, but. As far as I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. But as far as what's come out so far from Marvel, Spider-Man was the biggest thing.
It's probably the only thing.
If
we're gonna be honest here.
Shit, DC, we've been living good. When it comes to video games, we had Injustice over the past years, the Batman, the Arkham games, like.
And really, you could make the case without Batman Arkham, you don't have a blueprint for Spider-Man.
Facts.
That open world, that combat. Is very similar. Yeah.
Yep. Them knockouts.
Yep.
And Batman doesn't kill. Bullshit. Arkham Batman does.
He gave no
mercy.
He gave no F's about anyone's safety.
Right. I will say though, the Authority.
Okay.
I am intrigued by that team just because I don't know who the fuck they are. Like, I call myself a DC fan. I
thought the same thing.
I call myself a DC fan, yet I don't know who the fuck these niggas are.
When you were starting that up, I thought you were going to kind of help me and explain who they are.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, okay, I know. Cool. But no, we're on the same page then.
I can't help you with that, bro. I can't help you with that.
I mean, to be fair, that's a James Gunn team, though, right?
Yeah,
it's the unknown DC team. That's
exactly, and that's what I like about it because James Gunn, especially with James Gunn coming up with this shit,
right?
As far as bringing the Authority, as far as one of his first projects, because we saw what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy were an unknown team. I expect the same thing from this group of guys. Even Suicide Squad, when he did Suicide Squad,
he had so many people.
Yeah, he had so many people, and he went back to like the earliest issues of the Suicide Squad comics and brought characters like Polka Dot Man, Peacemaker, who we didn't know at the time, but we know now. He even got his own fucking spin-off show.
Yeah. Weasel.
Yeah, Weasel, like Bloodsport, Vigilante, all those characters. So I'm excited to see what he does with this group of characters as well. I think it's going to be really dope. And the fact that they have like that kind of that gray area where like they're good, but also they're not afraid to go
by any means.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for it. I mean, if you told me 2 years ago who the fuck Invincible was in Omni-Man, I wouldn't know shit. But then they came out with that series, and now I'm obsessed with that shit. So I expect the same with this these guys.
It's it's a complete James Gunn thing to take an unknown team of kind of in betweeners as far as good and bad, and he'll make them pop He'll make them relevant. He'll make them, people want to look in. Because that's the thing with Guardians. Like, Guardians, no one knew who they were for the longest. Unless you were a deep comic book guy, you knew. But even then, nobody really knew.
In fact.
And it made him popular.
Exactly. So, yeah. Watch, there'd probably be people commenting, y'all don't know who the Authority is?
No, there's that
y'all don't know who the fuck they are either.
Shout out to that person who knows.
Yeah.
So if you comment, I approve.
Yeah, comment and tell us who the fuck these motherfuckers are. I will be doing reading and my research moving forward.
Again, that one person that knows, just comment. Comment the best lineup they have.
Mm-hmm. But I did like I'm a big fan of darker characters. Like when Watchmen, I love Watchmen and a lot of their characters from that as well, from the movie and from the show, which are both great to me. So if it's anything along those lines, then I probably will enjoy it.
Yeah, and James Gunn has given us no reason to doubt his work yet.
Oh, facts. No. Yeah. He's been good. I will say, though, I'm kind of nervous about him writing the Superman movie.
Yeah, I could, because his style really doesn't fit the character of Superman.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
He is more of like if James Gunn did a Flash movie, I'd be like, okay.
That works. Or Shazam, even.
Shazam, Hal Jordan, if you want to do anything. But because James Gunn, he likes to use comedy a lot in his characters, and that's why it worked for Peacemaker, being funny. But I don't know if exactly he'll be able to, control himself as far as the jokes, limit himself when it comes to making that Superman.
Like old boy, Tacky.
Yeah, Tacky. Oh God.
Marvel said, "Hey, just do whatever you want with Thor."
I know, right? No, well, the third movie we did, and he came
after
he delivered. But after that, they said, "You know what? Let's give you more control.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. We don't. Hey, it was kind of like Ragnarok was the one where we supervise. We're in the room with you while you're doing the shit, so
making sure you're doing everything right.
Making sure you're doing everything right. And then once they did Love and Thunder, they walked out the room. Taika looked at the door closed, and he was like, all right, this is how we're going to do it now.
And he said, forget everything they taught you at Marvel Studios.
It's going to be jokes 24-7. I don't care if a character is dying right on screen. We're going to insert a joke right there at that moment.
Shout out to Lady Sif.
Yes. We don't care that you lost your arm. We're going to insert a joke.
But hey, the arm's in Valhalla, probably.
Yes, of course.
Your arm made it there.
Man. But what about Thunder? Jesus.
That has to be the worst movie of Phase 5 so far, right?
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. That is the worst.
Eternals was boring and probably a lot longer than it should have gone for me, but Thor was the worst.
Eternals, I enjoyed a bunch of parts from it. One of the biggest problems I had was kind of the ending.
Yeah. I just couldn't get attached to the characters or the story.
Very true. Very true. I like the actors though.
The actors. It's a great collection of actors.
That's my guy, Rob Stark, bro. Game of Thrones, rest in peace.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't really get into it. I mean, the style was pretty dope. They did Speedster a lot better than fucking DC has so far. That bullshit. But
I just like how we knew
exactly
what we were talking about.
Yep. Yeah, and also I remember I said this in the review though. I was kind of confused as far as why, what's his name, Kingo. Mm-hmm. Why he just dipped at the end. He was just like, you know what, this ain't my fight. I thought he was gonna
come back.
Yes, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. He was gonna show up at the end and help, but
not, but he's going back to being a movie star.
Literally, bro. Just said, all right, y'all handle this. Deuces.
I'm gonna go and get this last movie put together while y'all try and save the world. And hey,
yeah,
it'd be on you.
I agree. Let me see what else. Lanterns. I'm excited to see. Buddy Cop, Jon Stewart, Jordan. Just
to get 2 proper Green Lanterns done right will be nice.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot improvement over what the fuck HBO was trying to do with just. I think they were doing.
Jon Stewart, wasn't it? Or was it Hal?
Was it John? No, I think it was neither.
Was it Guy?
It was
Guy Gardner, right?
And can't think of the other one's name. But yes, it was Guy.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was like, how you gonna start us off with the two most unknown? With the
DC,
the lesser known
DC. I'm telling you,
like,
it's just DC at its finest.
Jesus, bro. Them niggas don't know what.
It's just it's peak DC. Making all these wacky decisions.
Yeah. Batman 2, really looking forward to that. I don't know who they're doing as the villain. I heard they wanted Freeze.
Everybody wants Freeze, I think.
Robert Pattinson wanted the Court of Owls, which
I wouldn't hate that.
I wouldn't mind that either. We haven't,
because that's a lot. Because the Court of Owls, again, like I feel like that's a group of villains where you get a lot more detective work.
Yes, and it plays into the corruption part of Gotham, where you have Gotham's elites and you know, the rich.
Because he found out that Thomas Wayne his dad was part of that group, and Alfred hid it from him, so it would tie in pretty well.
Yeah, agreed. So I would be interested in that.
I just think for that movie we need a Nickelback song since they did Nirvana. We need a Nickelback.
That's his next phase.
Yeah,
as it grows
it's
up.
Nickelback. Make Nickelback relevant again.
Right. No, I think one thing I would like to see is the progression of Bruce in these upcoming films. Like I would like to see him, get a haircut and be like that savvy businessman.
The playboy.
I know a lot of people have been complaining about that, and I hope I'm right about it. But I think that the reason why they did that in the first movie was just because he's, I think, Batman for 2 years now, so he's been Batman this whole time. He hasn't really figured out the Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne, Batman has always been the person ever since his parents died. Like Bruce Wayne has been the facade,
the mask,
exactly. So he's still figuring that part out, which I hope future movies it shows. And I've seen Robert Pattinson pull off that kind of swaggy kind of look. Go watch Tenet.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, he can do it.
He can do it. Booster Gold, that's a perfect James Gunn project.
Very much so. Yeah,
comedy. Go ahead and call my guy from Top Gun.
Hangman.
Yep. Glenn Powell. Go ahead and call him up.
I like that.
I think he'd be perfect for the role. And then Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Dope. I hope that.
I wonder, is he going to bring back the same actress from The Flash?
I don't know, bro. I don't think he's bringing anyone.
Except Ezra. Except Ezra Miller.
He'll
be the one. Ezra Miller will be the one.
He better not, man.
He'll be the one.
Better not. That is how you will lose some people.
I'm not gonna lie, real quick. Just one quick note about The Flash. People on Twitter talking about they want Christian Bale to come back, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
No.
Why would you want Christian Bale to come back?
I did think for a second during the trailer, I was like, that kind of looks like
the motorcycle, right? Yeah.
I was like, that kind of looks like some Dark Knight type of shit,
but I was just like, no, don't. No. We don't need this.
I don't know.
They're hockey pads.
Yeah.
We don't need like the reason why Batman became a joke was because of Christian Bale doing that Batman voice.
Sounded like he had some gargling some nails and some shit.
With some big old duck lips doing it.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. I'm not the hero that Gotham needs.
Yeah, we don't need that.
But the hero that Gotham deserves.
Flash, you have to realize. Stop being a wackadoo.
Flash, stop causing trouble in Hawaii. Leave the elderly couple alone.
And get rid of the weed farm in Dakota or wherever it was at. Like we don't need Christian Bale. Like
don't choke girls on camera.
Also, it's like if Christian Bale does come somehow, does that mean he's like from Chicago? Because that ain't Gotham where he's from.
Yeah, that was
Chicago.
The second movie was Chicago.
The Dark Knight was. Yeah.
The Dark Knight was Chicago. The third movie was Pittsburgh. So.
Yeah. So. We're good. I'm cool with Keaton to wrap it up, and
Yeah. I mean, look, this is a lot better than what the fuck we were getting with the DC reboot that they were thinking about when the Flash with the Justice League, being fucking Supergirl, Batgirl, Shazam.
Oh, Michael Keaton's like
Nick Fury. Keaton is Nick Fury.
The Justice League never had a Nick Fury.
Exactly, bro. Like, what the fuck were y'all thinking?
It's just like it's like at the end of the Kingsman movie when they talk about the artist Or another article, they tease old dude at the end of the Kingsman, the newest one.
The Hitler, yeah. Yes.
And I'm just like, right. I'm sorry, what?
You're right.
I'm like, I'm sorry, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Why is he? Yeah. What are we doing? Like, no.
I never got, bro. And the thing is like Michael Keaton is like, there's a perfect project you can use Michael Keaton for.
Oh, we all know it.
And we all know it.
100%.
I'm not even, like, I'll give you 5 seconds. You already know. Okay, we know. Batman Beyond.
Why? Old Bruce Wayne.
Old Bruce Wayne, Michael Keaton be perfect for that.
Because he was the first Batman.
Yes.
It just makes sense.
Yes, bro. You can make that like simultaneously with all your other Batman projects if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. It could be set in a different universe. That could be a DC Elseworlds project. Like, I'm surprised at this point we haven't gotten a Batman Beyond.
Especially because, again, like I feel like Batman Beyond was made for us as kids. And I feel like we learned to appreciate that series more because it was so damn good for what it was. Yep. And, Marvel tried to counter it with Spider-Man Unlimited. I don't know if you remember that. You don't remember?
Are you talking about Spider-Man Unlimited?
The cartoon they made where Spidey gets sent off to like a futuristic alien planet. It lasted like 12 episodes.
Fuck,
it was not good.
See, I thought you were talking about the MTV one. I was like,
no. It's like it was a Disney it was on Disney XD. Occasionally.
I know what you like. I've seen it, but I haven't like actually watched it.
It's
like
bad.
It's really.
It lasted 12 episodes.
Okay.
And it's like Spidey's like on this futuristic world where like animals are like people. Like animals are the smart ones that like have a society and everything. It's really weird, but it's like them taking New York and like making it all futuristic on a whole different planet.
What the fuck?
And the vibe I got was like, oh, they're trying to be like Batman Beyond. Years later, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, no.
But no, Keaton is perfect.
Yeah.
As old Bruce Wayne, 100%.
Yep.
Why no one has done it yet, I don't know. Shout out to DC, I guess.
Yeah, I know. They just.
Instead,
they have so many things that are like in front of them that they could use, and yet they just continue to fucking.
Well, instead they said, "Hey, you'll come back and be Batman, but like fight people and be like prime Batman still."
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he does look kind of. He was badass in that fucking trailer.
He looks pretty good.
Like the way he was moving, I was like, "Damn, okay, Keaton." It was no more of this shit with the costume. Because how like his costume, the neck never turns, so he was always like this.
Your boy was struggling to turn.
Yeah. Like, God damn. Also, I was surprised nobody clocked his ass from behind in any of those movies.
He couldn't see it coming anyway.
Yeah, right? But I'm trying to think. Last things here from DC. I think we covered pretty much all of it.
I'm kind of interested in like the whole like a different kind of Supergirl. That's kind of interesting because like from what we know, she's always been like the happy, perky teen who came to see Clark after Krypton kind of went to doo-doo. Mm-hmm. But now we're getting like a more like a badass version to where maybe she doesn't really trust people, and then to take Clark like almost having a fighter to convince her.
I kind of like the Supergirl from Injustice 2 as well. I kind of like that.
Oh, when Brainiac took over and she came to Earth.
Yep, I kind of like that story too. That was a good one.
A live action Injustice would be dope.
Oh man,
just not that animated movie. Not that garbage they fed us.
That shit, bro. The way they killed Flash in that damn movie.
First of all, how the fuck the Joker killed Flash of all people? The Joker of all people. How? How?
Yeah, that was.
And not to mention at the end, Amazo kills like all the Justice League.
Yep. See, bro.
He kills all of them.
He fucked up Cyborg.
He kills all of them.
Who doesn't fuck up Cyborg?
Cyborg's easy to mess up. Rip him apart.
Every fucking movie, you see this man get ripped apart, limbs getting torn off. Shit, the new DC animated universe, he got his limbs torn off probably. I don't know how many times. I know for sure. I'm trying. Let me. Count them all up. Let's see. Justice League. What was it? Throne of Atlantis, I think?
Yeah. Death of Superman.
He got his arm ripped off by Doomsday. Throne of Atlantis. He got stabbed in the chest with Orm. Stabbed him. Death of Superman, you're right.
Okay, that might. Oh, and
Justice League Dark Apocalypse.
Yeah, he gets made into a wall ornament.
Yeah,
he gets made into a decoration.
Jesus, bro.
Yeah. He's easy to take down.
And then if we count DC animated in general, I mean, shit, Justice League, Doom,
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman fucked his ass up.
And Savage.
Yeah, Vandal Savage. Yes, he did. Yep, stabbed him in the back. Yep, you were right.
And the Teen Titans, his battery died, literally.
You were right there as well.
If you ain't got an outlet near him, or the tools to repair his limbs.
There's another one. I know. There's damn. Oh, Justice League. No, Justice League. Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh, where he's made into basically a useless version of himself. Because he's with the president.
Yes.
And the president's like, hey, Cyborg, so like, you're fired.
And Michael B. Jordan voiced him, which was god awful.
Was he really?
Yeah, he got. Michael B. Jordan became a better voice actor over time, but that was. I think that was probably like one of his first roles.
Was he really Cyborg in that movie?
Yeah, and it just sounded terrible.
Interesting.
Terrible. I think I blame whoever was the voice coach. Directed them on.
They probably should. Hey, so he's like a dude who's like half robot, so
just sound robotic.
Just go with that.
Yeah, sound like
have no emotion.
Yeah, and
There's no emotion.
Took that shit to heart. But yeah, he got his shit fucked up by Aquaman at the end.
He died. Yeah, I think he died, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Cyborg
just stays getting fucked.
Cyborg get body, and next to him is Martian Manhunter, because I remember that Justice League anime series. That motherfucker always getting body.
I love the doob.
Yeah.
He just and then Batman, he's like, Manhunter, what's wrong? And he goes, I'm still burning.
Yes, man, Martian Manhunter. Next to Cyborg, he was the next person getting worked in Justice League.
Facts. That's why he left. That's why he said, hey, I gotta take a break from all this. Man. I'm gonna enjoy being human for a little bit.
Right? That shit was funny.
Oh.
I love the DC animated universe, especially like the early cartoons.
Young Justice too. Young Justice went hard.
Young Justice is fire. I like the last season. It was good. It was definitely an improvement over the third season to me. But a lot of shit going on.
Everyone had their own arc, but there was a lot going on.
Yeah, little Jaden Smith was wild. You actually called him that. I never called him that before you started saying now that's all I call him.
He looks like Jaden Smith from Karate Kid.
Oh man,
he does. He looks like Jaden Smith from Karate Kid.
We're talking about
Superman in prison, Will and Jada.
Yeah, yep.
In the negative zone. Actually, a plot twist. That's the prequel to what's the movie they're in together? Will and Jade.
After Earth?
After Earth, yeah. It's a prequel to that.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
They escape the negative zone, and that's how they
stop it. All right, so next up, let's talk about J.J. Abrams and how he pulled off one of the biggest robberies in Warner Brothers history.
I thought you were saying Star Wars. Okay.
Oh,
I heard.
Well, there's that too.
Okay,
yeah.
I heard robbery, and then I assumed.
Sorry, he pulled off the second biggest robbery in film history.
Okay.
So his Justice League Dart series is reportedly scrapped. The long gestating, and here's the report from the comicbook.com. The long gestating Justice League Dart series from filmmaker J.J. Abrams is reportedly scrapped. There was once a time when J.J. Abrams was going to oversee a Justice League Dart franchise at HBO Max, with several series and movies in various stages of development that would tie back to each other. Justice League Dart would have been the culmination of these projects, bringing DC supernatural heroes together to form their own Dart version of the Justice League. However, with much of the DC's content now under the leadership of DC Studios co-CEOs Peter Safran and James Gunn, that's left the status of Justice League Dart up in the air. A new report looks to put the series to rest. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Justice League Dart has been scrapped along with another J.J. Abrams project, Overlook, a spin-off of The Shining. Abrams' Bad Robot production company signed an overall deal with the former Warner Media, now Warner Brothers Discovery, in 2019, though no projects under the deal have surfaced just yet. However, Abrams and HBO Max did announce that the 1970s drama Duster starring Josh Holloway and Rachel Hilson has been picked up. Overlook is reportedly being shot to other interested parties, and the demi-monde sci-fi series was scrapped over its over $200 million budget. Once J.J. Abrams' series connected to Justice League Dark was going to be Madam X, which would have followed the exploits of DC Universe mystic Madam Xanadu. Played by Gerald Prescott in Swamp Thing, this project would have marked Madam Xanadu's first broad exposure in live action. Madam Xanadu is one of DC's universe's most powerful mystics, but is generally used as a supporting character, serving roles ancillary to bigger names. She often helps guide the Spectre and had worked with the Phantom Stranger, the Suicide Squad, and Justice League Dark, among others. In some continuity, she is the mother of DC villain Dr. Destiny, whom fans will remember from the CW's Elseworlds event, and whose powers were approximated by Maxwell Lord in Wonder Woman 1984. So, yeah, like I said, J.J. Abrams, biggest finesser out here, man. 'Cause I remember when he signed that deal with Warner Brothers. How much was it for?
Probably something stupid amount.
Because inked a $250 million overall overall deal for Bad Robot with Warner Brothers.
And a lick to show for
And
it.
Nothing. This man has no project
Nope.
that has been released. That is crazy.
How he does this, I'll never know.
Low key, like, I hate him, but respect, bro.
That's getting the bag.
Get in the bed without having to do shit. You didn't do anything.
I wish I could live that life. All I gotta do is sign a contract and then promise to make films, and then it never happens.
Yep. They'd be like, JJ, you working on that project? Yeah.
And then James Gunn says, we're gonna buy you out just so to associate with your projects.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, he caught a break. Because every time that he was doing a project, I'm guessing because of how unshaky Warner Brothers was with DC, we had all these different executives, back and forth, like, turnover with Walter Amada taking over and everything. So a lot of his projects were probably like put on hold, like, hey, we'll wait and see while we do these other projects and try to establish something. We'll put your shit on hold. And then obviously there's more turnover. All right, JJ. We know you just started this up. We know you were just building up this project. We're gonna put you on hold again, and it just constantly was like that. And it's crazy because he has Justice League Dark, which Justice League Dark is a dope ass team. I actually do wish we had a series because those are some dope ass characters. Zatanna, Constantine, Deadman.
It's basically your Doctor Strange-esque. Universe of DC,
because it is. And it's also like very dark compared to like a lot of the other superhero content that we've seen. It's scary, like there's horror elements.
There's a lot of death and hell and
yeah. So it deals with a lot of the supernatural. That is a very interesting part of DC Comics. So yeah, I'm sad that Justice League Dark is no longer happening, but at the same time, it's like, hopefully James Gunn has someone to do it in the future. Don't know.
No, he probably will. I just think I think he looked and said, okay, because the thing with DC was, it felt like at the end they had so many different projects going on, because there was the Batgirl movie and they were going to tie that into the Flash, and then Michael Keaton was going to be doing this and that, and they just scrap everything. And I just feel like James Gunn said, all right, I'm going to take a look at all the things that have DC on it or attached to it, and I'm just gonna scrap everything.
Yeah, agreed. I'm surprised. Well, one thing I am surprised. I'm surprised that damn Black Clark Kent Superman movie still has the go. Like I haven't heard that. I haven't heard it canceled yet.
Yeah.
Which I'm waiting for that day for it to happen.
Because you would think. Unless they make it an Elseworlds project.
But either way, it's just like, why are you doing a Black Clark Kent when there is a Black Superman? There is a Calvin Ellis. There is a Val Zod. Those are two that you can do. But instead, we're making Clark Kent black.
It's like Norville.
Come on. Oh, God. Yeah. We don't talk about that either.
No, we do not. That's fair. We don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, I mean, again, bro, I'm upset that J.J. Abrams has been
gets all this money.
Bullshitting these past couple of years, but hey, also respect to you, my guy.
Respect the craft.
respect the hustle.
I don't know what you be saying in those meetings, but you convince them every time, no matter what.
Exactly. $250 million, bro. That is crazy.
Because didn't even a bunch of stuff lined up with Star Wars too with Disney, but then all that got scrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He did the same shit.
You hoodwinked. How you convinced Disney and
they have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok, led astray, and flat out deceived.
We've been speckled doors. That's not even a word in I agree with you.
Yep.
Respect to it though.
Yeah, that is crazy though. But moving on. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's go with Kevin Feige, where Javante says Uncle Kev.
I got you, Javante. I got you, Javante. This is
you ever played the Javante angle?
Maybe not Javante. We will see. It depends what Uncle Kev has said.
Yeah. Also, just to know, there's a lot of these stories that we're doing have been here for the past month. It's just been a while since I've done a CBM, so. And sorry, I'm a little rusty and jumpy today. Drinking this damn
Monster.
Full throttle.
Oh, throttle.
Plus, not getting sleep yet. Has
that you got that nap finna hit though.
Yeah.
The nap finna hit different.
Your boy's trying to jumpy. But yeah, Kevin Feige was interviewed for Variety, and he talked about Marvel's future. So let's see. Fans of Tom Holland's Peter Parker / Spider-Man are getting good news from Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, who confirmed in a new interview with Entertainment Weekly that Holland's fourth Spider-Man movie is now being written. Marvel had one of its biggest hits ever with Holland's third outing, Spider-Man No Way Home, which became the first pandemic release to gross over $1 billion worldwide. All I will say is that we have a story, Feige said, about Holland's anticipated Spider-Man return. We have big ideas for that, and our writers are just putting pen to paper now. Whether Holland will once again team up with Spider-Man actors Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield remains to be seen. Both actors have expressed interest in returning for a new Spider-Man movie. That would be pretty dope.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I don't want them teaming up with him again, but I would like projects with them. Like, if they said, hey, we're doing an Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie. Bet.
Or
Spider-Man 4.
Yep.
Bet.
Okay. Sign me up.
Yeah, of course. Like, Sony could do those. Let Sony have those projects outside of the MCU. Bro, it's Spider-Man. Like, those movies will still... if you made a Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3...
Those are numbers.
Those movies are at least hitting 800 million.
Yes. No question.
But Feige also confirmed to Entertainment Weekly that Deadpool 3 will be the first R-rated movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It should.
Praise you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
As it should.
As it should. Which, I mean, honestly, bro, it had to be, because I don't think Ryan Reynolds was coming back if it wasn't.
That was a stipulation, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So... screenwriters Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick had previously said that Disney would not make Deadpool a family-friendly movie after the studio acquired Fox, which released 2 R-rated Deadpool movies that each grossed over $780 million worldwide. Deadpool 3 will team franchise mainstay Ryan Reynolds with Emma Corrin and Hugh Jackman reprising his X-Men role of Wolverine. That's our first R-rated film, Feige said. To have Hugh come back is incredible. Feige was an associate producer on Jackman's original X-Men movie in 2000, so having Jackman back as Wolverine and debuting in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a very full circle for the Marvel boss. I remember sitting behind the camera at Hugh's audition for the film. Feige said it was his first on-set audition, and he flew up to Toronto to do a read with Anna Paquin, who played Rogue. For him and for me, and I think for all the Marvel fans of Marvel, it's unbelievable what has happened in those 23 years. Elseworld in the EW interview, Feige confirmed that Marvel's Mahershala Ali starring Blade movie will be filmed this year. Production on Blade hit a speed bump in 2022 when the original director Bassam Tariq exited the project in September. Jan Dimanche stepped in to helm the vampire tentpole. And as you remember, like Blade, the rumor around that was, 2-3 action scenes?
There wasn't enough.
Most.
Yeah.
90-page script. Like,
I don't know how you do a Blade movie with only that much action.
And especially with the actor of Mahershala Ali's caliber. Like,
you can do a lot with him.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure he was eating shit. I bet you he was thinking about walking out that fucking project.
It's me, the director.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know who you're picking 10 out of 10 times.
Right. Feige also championed the upcoming Marvel debut of Harrison Ford, who is taking on the role of Thaddeus Ross in Captain America: New World Order. Saying, quote, he's tireless with the amount of work that he does. Feige said about Ford, this is certainly a big part for Thaddeus Ross. He's the president of the United States in the film. And with Harrison, you think about Air Force One and you think about some of his confrontations with the president in Clear and Present Danger. There's a dynamic between President Ross and Anthony Mackie Sam Wilson. They have a history together, but in this film, we'll be seeing the dynamic between Captain America and the president of the United States in a way that is just incredible. Disney and Marvel have not yet announced the second season of Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac, but Feige said there's a future for that character as we move forward. He also compared the upcoming Captain Marvel sequel, The Marvels, to the first Avengers movie. Damn, Kevin.
All right.
Hey, man.
You said it.
But when that shit comes out, bro, I'm gonna come right back to this damn interview.
It's out there now.
It's out there, yeah. Same thing when he said about Moon Knight when he was like,
it's different.
It's dark, it's gritty. And I came right back to that damn interview after that fucking season finale. And I was like...
And there are maybe 2 scenes in the entire show where it shows somebody getting shot or stabbed with blood.
Yep.
Like human blood.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, that show did not cross the fucking line, Kevin. Come on now. Stop bullshitting. But yeah, he said, to finish off, there's something immensely powerful about seeing Monica, Tiana Paris, and Kamala, Iman Vellani, and Carol Brie Larson together in a frame. To me, it's only akin to the first Avengers movie, and seeing the six of them together in a frame is chill-inducing. Which I do agree. I think all 3 of them are talented actresses, and they've been great recently. I like Miss Marvel. I thought it was a pretty good show. And Tiana Paris in WandaVision was amazing in that as well, and she's been amazing in some other projects like Candyman, and what else was she in? But Candyman. Yeah, a lot to unpack there.
I'll let you have the first swing at it, my man.
Okay. Well, I will say this. I think it's Cap when he says Spider-Man, the 4th Spider-Man movie is now being written.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That shit's been written, bro.
Yeah, the moment they saw the success No Way Home had,
they were already writing.
They were working on it. Yeah.
Like, I think they potentially might have like 2 or 3 different scripts written, and they're now trying to choose like which script they're going with, but that shit's written. They're not starting on that shit right now.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Spider-Man 4. I hope that it's grounded. I think that's what they said they were trying to go for it in this upcoming film. I
would love it if Kingpin was the villain.
Yes.
I would love it if Kingpin was the villain.
But I also want Scorpion.
Okay. Yeah, because he was teased.
He was teased, and I hate when they tease shit and they never address it.
Yep.
So they need to bring him back some way.
Yeah, I can see
Scorpion. And because Scorpion, in the comics and even the anime series when they adapted it, Scorpion was created by J. Jonah Jameson. So I actually would, how like Marvel changes some details in the comics, like from the comics to screen, and like they change maybe some characters, replace them with so and so. So I would actually like it if Kingpin created Scorpion.
Ooh, okay.
Like, hey, Spider-Man's a nuisance on my city that I'm trying to run, which I heard that there's a rumor that he's trying to be mayor of New York or something. So
okay,
maybe he's like, Spider-Man's impeding my plans. Let's get Scorpion.
Yeah, I can see that because in the Spider-Man game, Norman was the one running for mayor.
Yeah. Yep.
So you have another villain kind of in that leadership role of New York. who was trying to do a bunch of shady stuff behind the scenes because as a mayor, I mean, who's gonna report you or catch you or
Facts.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I would be up for that. I mean, Kingpin. I like him. I just don't want him to be like the main villain. Like I want him to be the guy that's
pulling strings.
Pulling the strings, exactly.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I just think the future of Spidey is quite exciting. After the way No Way Home ended, we kind of got like a proper version of Tom Holland's Spider-Man now. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned a second ago being more grounded to New York, and I saw rumors circulating that they think Tom Holland's Spider-Man's going to lead the Avengers against Kang, and I was just like, no, I'm okay, because Spidey in comics, in the cartoons, Spidey never was like a full-time Avenger. Yeah, because what was the thing?
I mean, he did lead them though in the Secret Wars arc.
Oh yes, yes, that's true. So. But what did he tell Tony Stark in Civil War? He always wanted to look out for the little guy. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that need it the most. So I'm all for Spidey being a little more grounded, less Avenger-y in this one.
Yeah, I agree. Even though he was supposed to be protecting the city of New York, I mean, apparently he was sleeping through when all that shit was happening in Hawkeye.
I think everyone was sleeping through.
Yeah, everybody was
sleeping through everything.
Because he didn't give a fuck. I guess that police scanner didn't really work. He did it.
Nope. That was a new one.
Yeah, because where was he during Hawkeye? Now that is a cameo that should have. Like sometimes Marvel they put those unnecessary cameos. That is a for sure necessary cameo that needed to happen.
Everyone thought it was. Everybody lined up, shot for shot. Like, oh my god, is it really at this exact location?
They were like, it's the same tree from No Way Home.
Yeah.
Nope, no Spider-Man to be seen.
And instead, Kingpin got nerfed by Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
In a toy store.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would like a more grounded Spider-Man. I would love Scorpion to be the villain in this upcoming one. I just want someone different. Mm-hmm. Martin Wu, Mr. Negative. I wouldn't mind him.
Okay. Yeah.
Chameleon.
Shocker.
Dope. Shocker.
Well, he was teased hard in Homecoming.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So. Maybe even a Rhino. I don't know. No, never mind. A Rhino. Amazing Spider-Man to ruin Rhino for me. Never mind.
And also, we're in a world where we've seen purple aliens, Thanos and shit. So don't try to do that shit with Amazing Spider like that they did with Amazing Spider-Man, where they have the robotic suits and everything.
I mean, here's the thing about Rhino that could be interesting. When the X-Men become involved and the mutant gene kind of becomes a thing.
Mm-hmm. Make Rhino a mutant.
Yeah, Rhino could be a mutant. It's possible.
Not bad.
How do you feel about Toby and Andrew coming back? Possibly.
Let Tom.
Nostalgia aside.
Let Tom be his own Spider-Man for once.
Yeah.
Because we still haven't really got a Spider-Man that's on his own.
True. Well, Far From
Home, I guess. Yeah. Far From you, right?
He was kind of on his own mostly.
Yeah,
but he got his, his ass beat.
That is true. Yeah, I guess Far From Home would count. I don't know. I just think it needs to be a Peter Parker-centric story, not involve Tony Stark, not involve any of the other Spider-Mans. Mm-hmm. It needs to be him navigating his life, because his life is at a low point right now. The man is lost everyone, living in an apartment, broke. So
perfect.
We need to see that. You can't go into the next Spider-Man movie and oh, all right, it's get past this point of his life where he's broken, he's now good again. No, we need to see
struggle.
We need to see him struggle. Yes. You don't get to move on that damn fast. I want to see you struggle as Spider-Man and as Peter Parker. I need to see you like how Toby was in Spider-Man 2.
Because he gets dragged.
When he got slapped by Harry, I was like, yeah, that's the lowest point of your life, bro.
He just got fired from
he got fired from both of his jobs at one point. He got hired back at fucking Daily Bugle. You're fired. Wait, you're hired.
And he kept in the landlord kept demanding rent for his crappy apartment.
Yep.
Yeah, we taught him to struggle. But I wouldn't mind them coming back in Secret Wars. I think that just makes all the much sense for it to
Oh,
happen.
for sure. I think Secret Wars is going to be a huge film because I think they're going to bring the OG X-Men back too.
I mean, maybe even an Avenger or two. Who knows?
Because I think, I think Secret Wars would be something kind of like a final send-off for Fox's X-Men.
A proper send-off, I guess.
Because that was that was Feige's like first big Marvel project that he worked on.
Yep.
So bring them in, have them fight with the
and I mean,
current team.
Also be kind of cool when you think about it because with No Way Home, you officially made Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, and then the Amazing like canon. Now that they're tied in the MCU, and I just feel like I think that's Feige's ultimate goal is to like with Secret Wars he can connect maybe even the OG Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Bring back Chris Evans to be the Human Torch, and then you bring the X-Men, kind of tie everything up for those characters. Give them, like you said, give them that ending that maybe they didn't get back then.
Facts.
Because the superhero game wasn't what it is now.
Yeah, and I also heard there was one theory which I was like, Marvel needs to be listening to this, or they need to see this tweet and like incorporate it into the movie. But they were like, what if Kane caused like an incursion that separated the X-Men from the current heroes and everything?
Because of the mutant gene?
Well, yeah, he separated the X-Men from our world on purpose because he was scared of them. Like he was scared of them all teaming up.
Okay.
So I was like,
and maybe he thought because here's the thing,
that would be kind of dope because it incorporates like, hey, like this is. I mean, of course we know why the X-Men weren't part of Marvel because they were in the Fox universe,
right?
But for storytelling's sake, why are the X-Men now here? That's because Kane caused the X-Men to be separated.
Because when you think about it, also
Kane is the studio exec.
It's like Vision said in quoting Civil War all day, but Vision says in Civil War, like from the day Mr. Stark announced he was Iron Man to the world, that's when all these things happened. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just timeline wise, everything X-Men did up until Days of Future Past is before, if we're gonna assume it's all real time, 2008, right?
Right.
So like maybe you tied into where if mutants didn't exist.
Oh, shit. God damn.
If mutants didn't exist before that time, then all these things wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Hello, Bailey. She heard the X-Men talking, had to come listen.
Yeah, she had to.
She said, "I am all for the X-Men."
Bailey, if you want. I don't know which was stronger, the winds yesterday or her tail. God. Yeah, but
gotta love Bailey.
Oh yeah, of course she is. She is great.
But you can certainly play around with any way possible to bring in, the tie in everything.
Facts. Deadpool 3. I'm already letting y'all know this now. Deadpool 3 is like when we do our most anticipated list of 2024. Deadpool 3 will be number one. Like,
I'm just ready for all the jabs Ryan's gonna throw at Disney and the MCU.
Right.
Like he'll probably just crap on Tony Stark and we're all gonna be like.
I'm just so looking forward to like the chemistry between Ryan and Hugh on screen.
Explored, because I mean the only time that happens is in X-Men Origins, and it's Wade, is that you? Oh, they finally found a way to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Oh my god!
And he teases it so hard in the first two Deadpools about Wolverine and Logan. Yeah, so I'm all for it.
And also we're getting Wolverine in the classic suit as well, which was teased at the end of fucking Wolverine. Or was it? No, it wasn't the movie.
It was Wolverine.
But it wasn't like the actual movie. It was the deleted scene. Yeah, deleted scene. So we weren't necessarily teased.
Again, like I'm just happy now Hugh Jackman's like officially incorporated in the MCU.
Yeah. But, I think it's going to be interesting, especially because I think the TVA is going to be involved. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this is an alternate universe because Hugh Jackman's like Logan is actually dead. Mm-hmm. And this is another Wolverine. So,
and, again, at the end of Deadpool 2, he got the device from Cable, lets him travel back. And you got to assume somehow, some way, the TVA is going to look at that and as a blimp of them and go, that's not right.
Mm-hmm. So
it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I know, Bailey. Hugh Jackman is back. So, yes, this is worthy to be excited of. she heard Hugh Jackman and
she just lost it.
I had the same reaction, Bailey, when I first found out. It's okay.
Man, trying to get through this with Bailey and everything, you know. Yeah, Thaddeus Ross and Captain America: New World Order gonna be the president. I'm not gonna be petty here. You know, I'm gonna be petty. I am gonna be petty because to me, it's funny when it's a white character and the actor dies, and for this character, we found it important to recast him because in the next movie we're putting him in a position of power, such as President of the United States. But for a black character who dies, who the actor dies, who is in a position of power, we decide to kill off said character.
Yeah. And again, I don't mean to go on a little side tangent, but I think the lacking thing with Wakanda Forever was simply like I needed that Black Panther vibe. Yeah. Or, you know, and you kind of force the side characters to step up into bigger roles, and you're still missing something. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I'm
telling you, bro, they lost me with that. I told Javante this. I don't know if I thought like I've said this to you, but shit, I'm done with the Black Panther franchise.
I can't say I'm shocked.
As far as MCU Black Panther,
we've had our discussions about the Black. I get it.
Bro,
I get it.
As far as MCU Black Panther, I'm done.
I can't say I blame you.
Shit, they do a Wakanda series on Disney Plus. Man, well, hey, y'all go watch it, enjoy it.
You watch Okoye.
Yeah, if y'all say like, oh man, it ties into Secret Wars, it ties into Kane. Okay, bet I'll read about the plot on Wikipedia.
Not just because I feel like after Endgame they were teasing hard that the Black Panther was supposed to like step up.
Yeah, honestly I expected him to be like probably
to where he's
maybe the leader,
leader of the Avengers, and you know Shuri or whoever fights for the throne of Wakanda, they rule Wakanda, but the Black Panther is an Avenger.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's just weird to me that you see the.
It's weird with Harrison Ford too. Like
I just. Because he doesn't really like doing movies like this, like being in big franchises, especially for long.
He likes Indiana Jones.
He does like that.
Couldn't tell you why.
Yep.
He likes Indiana Jones. He damn near cried about it when somebody asked him about it.
That man could be in a wheelchair in 10 years, and he probably still would do an Indiana Jones movie from the wheelchair.
But Star Wars, he don't.
Just rolling around.
He don't care about Star Wars like that.
Yes, Star Wars. He was ready to die, bro. He wanted to die back.
He probably pitched it to them, and said, "Hey, what if I die in this first one?"
Shit, Michael Douglas about to be the same way. You see how he was during that Ant-Man interview?
He's like, "Just please end me."
Yep. They said, "What do you think about being in the fourth Ant-Man movie? Happy?" He was like, "I hope I die in this one." So same thing. But yeah, it's funny to me, bro, that William Hurt, the actor, died, and they said, okay, you know what?
You're the president.
Yeah, we want to make him president.
We continue his story.
Yeah, exactly. Like we see his future in the MCU as far as the character and like what he could do for the new Captain America movie. So we find it important to recast him. But Black Panther, the most important black superhero, we decide to end it off screen and
tying his son to one day maybe take over.
T'Challa Jr. and that bullshit. But this was funny to me because let me see, because I had the same thought. I'm gonna give a shout out to one of my guys.
Oh yeah.
But let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, okay. At Buckmeister Cole. And he said, so Wakanda can freeze Bucky, but not T'Challa.
Yikes.
And you know what?
Yikes.
That's a good ass point.
Yikes.
Why couldn't you freeze T'Challa?
Yikes.
You showed it. You showed in Civil War that you could freeze Bucky the whole time while he rehabilitates. He
died of an illness.
You can't tell me you can't freeze him while you're trying to find a cure.
Illness, man. That's all they're gonna say. He was sick.
I swear, if I brought this point up to Javante, he'd probably say, "Oh, maybe he was too sick to be frozen cryogenically." That's the whole point of freezing, is that you stop the cells. So you can't. It's stupid, bro. Anytime I see new points being brought up, and like seeing the comments on Twitter and how people are still trying to defend it, I'm just like, bro, this is.
I just remember like seeing him for the first time in the Civil War trailer. I thought, oh shit, this is about to be real.
Yeah.
And then to see it end already, I'm just like, I wanted more.
I mean, it shows, bro. You saw how Black Panther did in the theaters, like as far as the box office.
It's a pop culture icon of this decade.
Yeah, but then Wakanda Forever, I don't even think it hit $1 billion.
Nah, I think because a lot of people were divided on it, and after watching the movie.
Yeah, to be honest, bro, I'm telling you, I don't think Black Panther will ever hit $1 billion until
a new Black
Panther, until the franchise reboots or something along those lines, but.
Or till young T'Challa somehow just time jumps to.
Shit, I still, bro, I still wouldn't watch that fucking movie because it's not T'Challa. It's not. That's
the
like
T'Challa.
Yeah, it's not the T'Challa, bro. That's like Kill It Batman's actor dying and fucking saying, all right, we're gonna kill off Batman. We're gonna have his son by Selena Kyle. Which he never had a son with Selena Kyle. He had a son with Talia al Ghul in the comics, just like with T'Challa. T'Challa never had a son with Shuri. He had a son with Storm. Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing. All right, let's have
son with Shuri.
Or not Shuri. Damn, Nakia. Yeah. Oh. But no, like, you know, for them, that's like killing off Batman, having a kid with Selena Kyle, having that son be called Bruce.
Cough, cough, Gotham. What's that show on CW?
That fucking, what is it?
That god awful show on CW.
Is it Gotham Knights?
Is it Gotham Knights?
I think it's Gotham Knights. Yeah, the new one that CW. But that's like, yeah, it's basically like doing that. Like that's like saying, hey, our new Batman. This is Bruce. He's gonna be the new Batman. But then at the end of the day, it's not really Bruce Wayne. It's not the Bruce Wayne that saw his family gunned down in an alleyway.
That made him Batman.
Yep. Same thing as T'Challa. It's not the T'Challa that lost his father to Claw that he avenged. So
yep.
I wanted to see that character. I wanted to see that story continue for that character. Not
but they did it for Ross.
Yeah, they're doing it for Ross.
Doing it for the Red Hulk.
Which is crazy, bro. Again, like a character a white character, you decide it's important to recast his character because for a future movie, we want to put him in a higher position of power. But for a black character and a black actor who passes away, for his character, it's like, okay, he's in a position of power. Let's kill him off.
And that's why Wakanda Forever was so divided.
Yeah, so I mean, y'all can miss me with that bullshit, bro. I will never see another Black Panther product until we get the real T'Challa back,
right?
Or until Marvel decides to reboot one day. If there's some important shit for the next movies that are in any of those new Black Panther products, then bet I'll just
catch them on catch them on TikTok.
I can literally look them up on YouTube, TikTok, look up the scene that I need to watch. I can look up the plot on Wikipedia, like. Yep. Yeah.
Look up the after credits scene.
Look up the after credits.
You don't need to watch the movie.
I don't need that shit. Fuck it. Fuck them. But yeah, that's
it's okay, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Between Henry Cavill and the Black Panther, one day you'll get a victory.
Yeah, I need to get that off my chest.
DC will supply you with whatever you need.
Mm-hmm.
DC's got you.
You know, it's kind of good having you here because, I mean, I like to. Don't get me wrong, Javante. I love you, dog. You my homie. You my brother for sure. You literally, I love you. But yeah, we probably would have already started coming to some blows about this fucking shit. Thank you, Alec, for listening and actually giving it some thought and actually agreeing. Well, not saying I'm forcing you to agree, but you were actually thinking.
Well, it's just
logically it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Javante, I'm defending Marvel pretty well, I think, throughout. So I'm doing you right, Javante. I'm doing you right. I haven't come after Marvel for Phase 5 yet.
All right, let's move on to Disney.
Star Wars?
No. Sadly.
No.
Star Wars hasn't really dropped any new projects. I mean,
I forgot Mandalorian even came out.
You haven't watched it yet?
I watched it, but I forgot it like dropped on the first.
It was good though. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
The little Rebels tease in there. I was like, okay.
Since this is your and Javante's show, I just want to say real quick on your show, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's all I'm gonna say.
Stop. That series was disappointing. Let it go. Let it go.
The ending did enough for me.
It was disappointing.
The ending did enough.
This man Vader really said, "You know what? Let's use the whole ship to track down Kenobi and follow him instead of and abandon the people that we were initially going after, the rebellion group."
It was personal.
So I'm bringing the whole ship with me.
He wanted that smoke.
When I have seen clearly before that I can literally just get a TIE fighter and follow Kenobi.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't do that.
I gotta bring the whole ship.
He was clouded. His judgment was clouded. It was Anakin.
Man, stop it.
Anakin and Vader were fighting in his head.
And wasn't Anakin a skilled military general in the Clone Wars?
Best damn pilot there ever was. He's like Top Gun, but in space.
And he didn't think, you know what?
Well, that may have been Vader thinking at that time.
Man, stop it. See? So you don't. So yeah, you're not defensive on Marvel like Javante is, but you sure are defensive about damn Kenobi.
I just like Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. The character. Now the show is very, very disappointing, but I like the character.
Okay. But yeah, this was a recent, month ago again. But Bob Iger, he took over now, new Disney CEO. He was a former Disney CEO, and then he stepped down. I think it was Bob Chapek that replaced him, and now Bob Iger has control again. So, Iger announced some new Disney sequels on the way. Frozen, Toy Story, and Zootopia. Sequels are in the works. Today I'm so pleased. He had said, quote, "Today I'm so pleased to announce that we have sequels in the works from our animation studios to some of our most popular franchises. Toy Story, Frozen, and Zootopia," Igor said. "We'll have more to share about these productions soon, but this is a great example of how we're leaning into our unrivaled brands and franchises." The news came in the wake of some sour news. Read a 5.5 billion cost savings by the conglomerate across all divisions and 7,000 jobs getting cut at Disney.
Sheesh.
God damn.
It's ruthless. It's cold-hearted.
Right? The most recent installments of... So what you're saying is there are openings. No, I'm kidding.
Make sure you just tag Disney and Bob in this.
The most recent installments of these animated franchises were huge global grossing hits on the big screen. Frozen 2, 1.45 billion in 2019. Pixar's Toy Story 4, 1.07 billion in 2019. And Zootopia, 1.02 billion in 2016. I know, right? Franchise sequels work done. Unfortunately, Disney's original films of late have been low grossers. An example, Strange World tanked with under 74 million worldwide and was fast-tracked onto Disney Plus close to a month after its theatrical release. Encanto, released at Thanksgiving 2021, did just over 256 million global and only 96 million stateside, but it was at a time when families were just making their way back to theaters after COVID shutdowns. The pick reportedly was a huge hit on Disney Plus. Frozen 2's Into the Unknown was nominated for Best Original Song at the 2020 Oscars, but the first film won 2 Oscars in 2014, including Best Animated Feature and Best Song. Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez anthem Let It Go, which went 8 times platinum with 8 million units sold stateside. Combined, the Frozen franchise counts 2.73 billion at the global box office. Zootopia won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature in 2017. And Toy Story 4 was nominated for 2 Oscars in 2020, one being Randy Newman's original song, I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away, and winning Best Animated Feature. Through 4 movies, the Toy Story franchise counts 3.03 billion at the global box office.
God, 2 of them come out in the 90s.
Yeah. Fuck.
I like how he listed all those accolades, and Zootopia just has the one.
Right. I do love Zootopia, though.
That's a great movie. Bro, that is a movie. If you know what really is going on with Zootopia, you're like, wow, Disney really did that.
Them themes hit.
Bro.
Noticeably. Compared to a lot of other ones.
Them herbivores be wild out.
Go back to Africa. I'm from the savannah. It's like,
God, yeah. If you know the waves Utopia is on, you're like, wow.
Tiger just sits down on the train. The fucking what was it? The antelope, the mother moves the child away. I'm just like,
bro, yo, real life, bro.
That shit really hit.
Real life.
A lot of these seem like cash grabs to me. Not gonna lie. Toy Story for sure.
Oh, that's 100% a cash grab.
Because it's funny because every time we think this is a great ending for Toy Story, then we make another movie right after.
Yeah. So yeah,
because 3 was a perfect fucking ending, and then they made the 4th one, and I was like, why? 3 ended so perfectly, and then I watched the 4th one, and I love the 4th one. Like, shit, I watched that. I remember I watched it with my sister, and we were laughing, crying, so many different emotions.
Well, 4's kind of, and I'm like, and I think you're the same with me. I think we're in the minority of like, I actually like Toy Story 4. A lot of people didn't like it because they thought, but I think
it was unnecessary.
But 4 gives you an ending you didn't think you needed, in particular to Woody, who, in the first one, he has to accept that he will not always be Andy's favorite toy. Mm-hmm. In the second one, he realizes he won't be there for Andy forever. In the third one, he tries to be there for Bonnie now that Andy's moved on and thinks he could do it all over again with another kid.
Right.
And in the fourth one, Woody just realizes, I need to be happy.
Yeah.
Because he was miserable with Bonnie.
That's true.
But
I mean, that's an awesome way to put it. I mean,
because I was a Woody kid. Like, I was a huge Woody kid. So
I was Team Buzz.
I was Woody. So, like, for me, seeing 4, I was like, we'll go get that Woody. Yeah. Go.
I get it. I mean, my thing is, bro, like, especially the fourth movie. The fourth movie made me hate Bonnie with a passion. Because I'm like, Andy literally was about to take Woody with him. And then when he saw Woody in the box, he was like, no.
How'd you get in there?
How'd you get in there? Like, I can't let you take this one. And then she wanted him, and he let her take it. And then I don't even know how long the third and fourth movie are separate from each other. But I'm guessing maybe a year or 2 years. And you toss Woody to the side, and you play with a spork instead.
Yep.
Like, if I was Andy and I visited from college, and I saw her treat Woody like that,
or you asked where Woody's at,
or I asked, oh my god, bro, they need to do that in the fifth movie.
Hey, where's Woody?
Where's Woody?
Who? The cowboy. I don't know.
She's like, shit. She would be like, I lost him at the fair. How long ago was that? A year ago, bruh.
No.
Hey.
Yeah, just
Andy.
The hands come out.
Yes.
Hands will be thrown.
Facts. God.
No, but
because if it was me, bro, like, you know, I as a person who collects fids and everything, like, if I gave one away and then, like, I expected them to treat it with care, and then I come back and I find out it's gone, it's lost, or it's damaged, like, I'm gonna feel some type of way. So
right.
I definitely would like to see Andy
his uncensored reaction.
Yeah, in this film. But yeah, I hated Bonnie from that moment, because I thought she was a cute kid in Toy Story 3, and I was like, oh, it's
a new Andy.
Nice, you know, a new Andy. She's gonna treat those toys with respect, and she's gonna play, because that was the whole point about.
But Woody was the only toy she didn't play with.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, because those toys they were going up in the attic, they weren't gonna be played, so it was great. It was great that Bonnie was able to take them, and give those toys a new home and be played with and loved, and then Woody start out the fourth movie and see Woody be tossed aside like that.
Yep.
I was like, what?
It's my childhood.
Yeah.
Just throwing it away like that.
And like you playing with a fucking spork.
And Woody did everything in his power to keep that spork there. He was a real one.
He was. I'm garbage. And
I'm
trash.
All he wanted to do was be a Bo Peep. Bro, so like I remember.
You're just like me. Bro, trash.
I just remember crying at the end of that movie.
Bro, yeah, but when he said that shit, bro, that was probably the biggest laugh I let out in the theater.
I'm trash.
I'm just like me. Trash. I was dying. Just laughing.
But the fourth one's good. I like it. I don't like the way they do Buzz in that movie. They make him kind of a dingus.
Yeah.
When it's like, it's not Buzz, but... No, the four Toy Story, again, I feel like it's the ending the franchise didn't need, or we didn't feel like it needed, because it really gave closure to the main character.
I don't really know what you can really do with the fifth one, though.
Yeah, I don't know what you... I assume it's going to be about Buzz maybe being the new Woody.
But I think...
Because I mean, the fourth.
I find it hard for them to do a Toy Story movie without Buzz and Woody. Like, I don't.
It feel weird. It would feel really like it wouldn't feel like Toy Story.
Like shit. The only time we ever get that is with Buzz Lightyear movies, but you know that's also like focuses on Buzz, like his story.
Yeah, like, and that was the thing. I think. I don't know if it was Bob or somebody came out and said, like, you know, with why Lightyear struggled, and it was because, well, they teased it up to be like, oh, it's a Toy Story type product, and instantly that people immediately were like, no, I'm good.
Oh, facts. Like I wish the end of Lightyear would have been Andy
Buying the Buzz, or his mom buying the Buzz.
Yes, or either that, or like he's like the film zooms out and it shows Andy in the theater watching it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Buzz is a movie, and then he wants the toy after.
Yep.
And, you know.
Yeah. But, I mean, here's the thing, the unique thing about Toy Story. If you take out the fourth one, just the three, right? Mm-hmm. Can you really name me a better trilogy in film history?
In film history?
Yeah. Where they're like solid 9s and 10s.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, the newer one?
Yep.
That's a good choice. Okay, I respect that.
But
I mean, just how many trilogies stand the test of time like that? Like, because those films will last throughout for kids.
For sure. Obviously, I mean, as far as Disney and animated and sequels, like Toy Story probably has the best ones out of all of them.
First one, the second one, the third one, and then
all great.
And the fourth one, you know, I enjoy it. You enjoy it, but the fifth one, I just really don't know what direction you go with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's questionable. We don't see. I mean, it's definitely gonna do numbers regardless, bro.
I'm definitely gonna cry some way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
it will definitely do something to make me teary eyed.
You know, the fourth movie, the fourth movie, I cried at the beginning. Right when
the flashback
when they had the montage.
I cried when I saw RC.
Yep,
I was like, my boy's back.
When me and my sister just looked when they played, just we told each other, I was like, I ain't crying. I told myself I'm not gonna cry in this movie. And then the opening montage plays, and we look at each other. We both got tears in our eyes.
And I couldn't tell you why.
Just start bawling out.
I couldn't tell you why I cried at the beginning, but it was just like something in like my childhood. I was just like, it's Toy Story.
Yep.
Oh, in the end, when all the original toys come to hug Woody because they know what's going on, I was like, nah, I'm done. Just
and seeing him try to go after Bo Peep and her being taken away, like.
But again, it was a good ending to the franchise. But I don't know what it will feel weird if Woody isn't in it.
Of course, yeah. You can't. I don't think you can really do it with just Buzz. Like,
and maybe in the fourth one, he asked Woody how does he do the things he does, and Woody's like, oh, it's your inner voice, and Buzz jokingly just hits all his buttons. But maybe it's more about Buzz finding how to be a true leader,
right?
Because. Like when he was pretending to be a space ranger, or when he thought it was a space ranger. So now he's trying to step up to see how Woody did what he did. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, maybe the fifth one brings everybody back. Maybe it brings Barbie and Ken. Maybe
Wheezy,
RC, yeah.
Sid.
That's who we need to see. We need to see Sid return. We need to see what happened to Sid, because he probably could be in a mental institution at this point.
He was the garbage man in the third one.
Was he?
Yeah, he had the skull.
You lying?
No, it's look it up,
bruh.
They say that's him in the third one because he's the garbage guy and he has the skull T-shirt on. Yeah, they say it's him.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know if it actually is him, but that's what they just say.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, he does have the skull T-shirt. And I guess that's why Woody was like hiding right there. Huh.
He said, not again. God, that first one is so iconic. It's so, like, bad, too. Like,
it's
like there's some adult themes.
Oh, hell yeah. One. I love when, because I actually did this with Bailey the other day, and I had her chew toy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I put it on top of her nose, and I said, go! And she just started attacking. I was just thinking about that scene with the damn toy.
The alien?
Mm-hmm.
I just think about, when Woody pushes Buzz out the window and you see Potato Head draw the noose on Edge. I'm like, Jesus, man!
Oh my God!
What are we doing here?
That shit was crazy.
Potato Head was the savage.
No, it always the one scene I always laughed at, just for some reason, is when Sid throws him in his room right after he grabs him, and you see Woody run to the damn door, the way he runs to it, and he jumps. I swear that shit's just funny to me, bro.
The scene that always gets me is in the second one when they're recreating the scene where Woody gets kidnapped. And you see Rex come in with the paper. He says, "How do you spell FBI?" And I was just like, God, the comedy in those is But yes, they're making a fifth, and
So you better play nice.
I'm gonna cry no matter what. Probably they will do something to touch us again.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase that.
Shit, all it takes is a flashback scene, and that gets me right there.
Facts.
So, I mean, that's crazy.
But it's strictly a cash grab.
Yeah, and Frozen. I mean, Frozen obviously has its fan base.
Couldn't be me.
You know, I'm one of them people where I say, man, Frozen is annoying. Frozen is bullshit. But then I watch the movies and I'm low key singing the songs with it. So I mean,
people said it's the best soundtrack, and I said that's a cap.
Oh, hell no!
It doesn't touch. It doesn't touch the top three.
Phil Collins would like a word.
Phil Collins, Tarzan,
Hans Zimmer,
The Lion King.
Or not Hans Zimmer. Elton John and Hans Zimmer. Yeah.
I would say Hercules too.
Yes.
Hercules got a killer soundtrack.
The Muses. Yes.
Nah, but for this, I guess for this younger audience, I guess, yeah. And Frozen's, I saw the second one. I never saw the first one. Well, I did a long time ago.
But how you watch the second one, but not the first one?
I saw it in theaters, so Kyle wanted to go watch it, so we went and watch it, and then I watched the first one.
Kylie wanted to go watch it.
That was fully her.
Yeah. Okay.
Into the unknown. But third one, I mean, I don't know what they do with them. Because with the second, I forgot what happened.
Because then they like now they're controlling like their part. They're separated. They're not in the like. Yes, Anna's controlling the kingdom now, and
Elsa's helping the. Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, I mean,
actually, if we're being serious here, I'm interested in what topics Zootopia covers next.
Yes. Well, I mean, hey,
I didn't see what Zootopia 2's cooking, man.
Well, I mean, hey, you know, they cops now. Her and Nick both cops now. We'll see what they do with that.
Predator and a herbivore cop together.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, wait. Defund the police in that movie. Will there be moments where?
Will there be some herbivore stomping on some?
Oh God, man. The social commentary that might come from that.
I'm here for it. Because I'm telling you, when it finally clicked, I was like, "Yo, no way they did that."
Well, they're also doing it in that new movie too, that Elemental one that's coming out.
Oh, with all the elements, yeah.
There's kind of like some social commentary there too. So.
Yeah, because the fire chicks probably, you could probably guess which one.
Yeah,
we could probably guess pretty safely.
But that's crazy to me. Hey, when they come out,
I'm gonna watch them.
I'll watch them. Yeah, I mean, I'll complain like, "Hey, do we really need this?" But I will be there. I will be there, seated day one.
I'll probably watch them. I mean, it's weird how like Disney just has this hold over all of us because we're all like in our 20s now. We're like, I'm gonna go watch this. I'm gonna watch a Disney movie still.
Yeah.
And parents are like, "Aren't you old for that?" I'm like,
You're never too old.
Never too old for Disney.
Never too old.
I'd be putting on Lion King just randomly, just because.
Same. I don't care. Don't judge me. I don't give a fuck.
Nope. I'd just be watching them.
Yeah.
I'd be singing to them. I'd be doing all of it.
I'll tell you, bro. When I have kids,
Disney.
Yep, Disney. We don't like. I'm gonna have the sing along shit on too. We gonna be singing along.
They're gonna grow up on that 2D animation.
Yeah. Yes.
Before we get to the 3D,
we're gonna establish that first.
Establish 2D animation.
You damn right.
Bring that back.
So yeah, let's look at other things coming from Disney. This one is Lilo and Stitch. I did not know this was happening until recently.
Just why they were making everything.
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis is set to star in Lilo and Stitch live action movie. So, yeah, when that report came out that Zach Galifianakis was starring in it, the first thing that popped into my mind was, wait, they're doing a Lilo and Stitch live action movie?
he only fits one role.
Yeah, which I think they're doing Pleakley.
That's the right choice. Yeah. There's no other role for Zach Galifianakis except Pleakley.
I mean, hell no, he ain't playing Jumba.
No.
Maybe, I mean, he probably could have done Stitch, maybe. I would have thought.
Maybe. Interesting.
Yeah, but Dean Fleischer Camp, the filmmaker behind Indie Darling and Best Animated Feature Oscar nominee Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, is directing the feature that is intended to be a major release on Disney+. The Hawaii-centric story tells of the bond formed between a lonely human girl named Lilo and a dog-like alien named Stitch, who was genetically engineered to be a force of destruction. With nosy social workers and pursuing aliens banging on the door, the two bond over a shared sense of family and win the day.
Lilo and Stitch goes so hard.
Yep, details of Galifianakis Row are being kept in the dog pound. The studio is conducting a wide search for the actors to play Lilo and her older sister. Stitch naturally will be a CG confection.
Yeah. Not gonna find a Stitch.
Yeah. I'm not gonna read too much into this, but what do you think? Live action Lilo and Stitch.
So Disney to me, it is kind of weird. Like, I think maybe the only film that maybe warranted a live action remake. So all the princess movies, you can probably do those. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with the princess movies. The Lion King, it gets a lot of hate, but I appreciate it only for the fact that there's no live acting. It's all CGI and voice acting, which is really cool because I can't think of a movie that does that.
That's true.
Also, people are mad at the animals for not showing emotion. I'm just like, well, have you ever seen a lion with a shock? No, you haven't. It's a lion. I don't know what more you want. So, the princess movies you can touch. Yeah. Lion King, it's cool for kind of just if you're like a film nerd.
And I think a lot of people like overlooked because like Jungle Book, it was the same theme, but people didn't judge it as much because Jungle Book, you had a human actor. Yeah. Playing Mowgli, who was interacting with the animals, so it kind of worked.
Yeah, and I think for the Lion King, that movie to a lot of people, it's a touchy movie for a lot of people. Yeah. Like nothing's gonna ever compare it to the first Lion King.
Well, I mean, they didn't exactly capture the magic.
No, they didn't.
In like some of their songs, like the way
the music was very,
like the songs were kind of mid. James Earl Jones sounded like he didn't even want to be in the fucking movie. The way he's sounded as Mufasa.
They gave him more lines too. Like he talked more, and I was just like,
when he said, "Is that a challenge?" I'm like, where the fuck is the bass, man, that you had in the original? Like, is that a challenge? Like,
challenge me, Scar.
Yeah, where is that?
And the Scar was very underwhelming too.
Yeah. Be Prepared wasn't,
Even Hakuna Matata didn't hit like that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's hard because
they can't sing. Some of them could.
Some of them
couldn't sing.
Yeah. Well, even in like Can You Feel the Love Tonight, like.
That was so lackluster.
And that's the thing, like Donald Glover, amazing voice and everything, but you can't really hear him because Beyonce's voice is overtaking that shit in the song, which I didn't really like Beyonce casted as Nala. I felt like Beyonce was casted because she's Beyonce and she's gonna sell tickets.
Yeah.
They could have got a better voice actor.
Yeah.
Or voice actress for that.
You're not wrong about that. But either like Lilo and like Peter Pan, I saw a trailer for that the other day and I was just like, why did Peter Pan? Like there's like 16 other versions of Peter Pan.
They do live action with Peter Pan every time. It's always a hit and miss.
Because is Peter Pan a public domain? Because I could have sworn there are other studios have made Peter Pan.
I believe so, yes.
So it's just like Pinocchio. I heard Pinocchio was really. I didn't even watch Pinocchio, but I heard it was bad.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I haven't.
I heard it was really bad.
I watched the Netflix.
The Netflix one.
The Guillermo del Toro. That was good. Which I heard people say like, "Oh, that shit's amazing."
Film of the year. Yeah.
Yeah,
but I heard Pinocchio sucked. I don't know if you really because Lilo and Stitch. I think the same problem with Lion King is that I don't know if you can capture what Lilo and Stitch did. Or what it entitles in live action.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of these like Disney animated films, something that's like unique about them is just like how vibrant they are.
Mm-hmm.
The color palette, and then when you bring it to live action, it just doesn't pop. Like Lion King. I remember when I just can't wait to be king.
Yeah.
And how that song and how the colors popped and everything, even Hakuna Matata, throughout the film, colors were popping on the screen. And
Be prepared.
Yep. Yeah. So when you do it in live action, it's just kind of bland. So it's not really like.
And it's just, and nothing against live action, but it's just very simply, if you want to make it look realistic, that element just isn't there.
Yeah. But I don't know, Lilo and Stitch, man. I will say this: when I show up in theaters and watch that motherfucker, you know, and that opening song comes on, boy, I'm gonna be, I probably will be, you know, tuning out that bitch. I'll be like, okay, all right, okay.
And then we'll see the rest of the movie goes after
Yeah.
that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna look forward to that and a Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
yeah. That soundtrack bangs too.
Yeah.
Because you have the Hawaiian element, but then you also like Lilo loved Elvis, so you have like the rock and roll.
Yep. Banger.
I just
Shit.
why are they making live action?
Shit, I want to see who they cast as what's her name?
Nani?
Yep. I want to see who they cast as Nani. I'm looking forward to that.
That's all you're gonna care about.
Yep.
Right?
And what's the black dude's name? Cobra?
Bubbles?
Bubbles, yeah.
Bubbles?
Cobra Bubbles?
Bubbles, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think she probably
Shaq.
That would be funny.
It's like you make him the exact opposite of Bubbles from the movie.
But I don't know, like the voice actor Vin Rhames or Vin Rhames.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could probably cast him still if you wanted to.
Honestly. But how do you make Stitch look? Because if you're gonna go for the quote, like the real life element, it's gonna be like a dog.
So you gotta make him look closer to a dog, but
I just really don't know how you can do that.
But you also don't want to make it where like, okay, he doesn't look like Stitch anymore.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, like I don't want like a Sonic situation.
Yeah, but you also don't want to make him put too much alien emphasis, because then he's gonna look like scary especially when you're trying to target a kid audience. You don't want to make him scary.
This is why you just do not touch some properties, Disney.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
some will stand the test of time no matter what.
Of course.
And like I think pretty much all the 2D movies will stand, no matter how you cut it.
Oh, facts. And the thing is, bro, like I don't mind 2D movies getting live action, especially like the older ones. Like I think the Black Cauldron is one.
You could do Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound is another. Like, and I say Black Cauldron because Black Cauldron is one of Disney's. I think it was like a box office failure, but I enjoy the movie. I think it's something that it should be like any of Disney's underwhelming films, animated films. Those should be the ones translated to live action. Yeah. Those should be the ones that were like, hey, let's try to give it another chance of storytelling in live action. Maybe the fans will like it this time.
Dinosaur.
I mean, shit. The last. I mean, I don't know how you could. It was great before. I don't know what you could really do now.
I'm so glad.
So underrated.
So criminally underrated.
God, I love that fucking film.
Oh God, no matter what.
That opening scene, just the whole Ed being passed around, just.
Hey, and those Carnotaurus might be the most scariest dinosaurs I've ever seen.
Man, terrifying. And that score, yes, right. Oh my God, that movie is fire.
Dinosaur hits. Aladar is just different, bro.
He's a G.
God.
Yeah, man.
But Lilo's, I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it. Because again, like you mentioned, the colors, the colors help make Hawaii like really. Same thing with Lion King in the savannah in Africa. Mm-hmm. But even like the creepy elements of like the graveyard, you can't get that in live action.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, Hawaii is a very beautiful place. I mean, if there's any,
I guess
Hawaii makes sense. You know, Hawaii is the only one where like you can actually like
pull it off.
It looks great in real life. Mm-hmm. You know, so you could pull that shit off. Lion King.
You really can't.
Africa was looking too good in that damn movie.
You could do Brother Bear maybe. Alaska.
Brother Bear wouldn't be bad.
In the fall time.
Yeah.
You get Alaska in the fall with bears.
Brother Bear wouldn't be bad. I understand Mulan, why they did what they did, because they were trying to do like the real story.
Yeah. But, everybody did not want that. They wanted Mushi.
Yeah. Tarzan. I mean, even though like Tarzan, the book, is very much darker than the... we still talk about to this day, like... When you found out in history that John Smith and Pocahontas weren't a thing, and Pocahontas was
14,
and then she died of illness right after.
Yeah, and they took her away from her home by will or by force. I mean, and no one should just even try and touch Pocahontas.
No, you can't do Pocahontas.
You can't touch that.
Shit. That would be one of the most controversial films.
Facts.
I'm trying to think what else Disney.
Oliver and Company.
Yeah.
You can do that.
You do that. I mean, I've seen dogs in live action, especially, they've done
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp, which I actually like that one. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
You've done Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Underrated.
Underrated.
The first one, they kind of milked it after that.
Yeah. Kind of like how they did with the Air Buds and the Air Buddies and shit. So, yeah, I mean, a story about dogs. Because, I mean, again, dogs have been presented in live action as talking. We've seen that before. So, Oliver and Company, that could work. Aristocats.
Same thing with cats.
Yeah.
But
But if you do Aristocrats, you got there is one scene for sure you can't have in the movie.
Oh, with the Siamese cats.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, that's Lady and the Tramp. They already did that.
Well, which one's the Aristocats then?
Well, it was a Siamese cat. It wasn't Siamese cats, but it was a Siamese
Oh
cat.
yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
Oh,
You're right. Same thing with Dumbo.
Fortune cookie always gone. Like
Can't be doing
you
that.
can't do that shit in live action.
Same thing with. Oh no, actually they already did Dumbo, but Dumbo was.
Oh, with the birds, yeah.
Yeah. No, have you heard? Go back and watch Dumbo, bro. So I saw this on TikTok. If you listen to that song when they're building the circus in Dumbo, just listen to it.
Really?
Listen to the words they say. It's like, holy crap! How do we not catch this? How do we not notice this? It's kind of wild.
Huh.
They may have taken that out of Disney Plus, so you may have to YouTube it. But look up the opening song of Dumbo and just listen to what the lyrics are.
Yeah,
But the crows too. You can't leave out the crows.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. But
Dumbo was high key really messed up.
let me look at Disney's animated films. They did Pete's Dragon too. I remember they did that one.
They did do that one with he was like a furry dragon, wasn't he? Yeah.
Let's see, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. We do know that there is a Snow White movie coming out with
Gal Gadot, right?
Yep. As the evil queen, and then who's Snow White again?
Oh, I don't know.
She's in the new Shazam. Rachel Zegler.
Oh, really?
White,
okay.
yep.
Okay.
She's gonna be Snow White.
I can get behind that.
Pinocchio, which terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard it was not good.
Fantasia. Dumbo, which they did.
Yep.
And Dumbo wasn't too bad. I actually enjoyed that one. Bambi.
You could. Oh, what are you gonna do with the mom?
What do you mean?
Bambi's mom. How are you gonna do that?
Well, her dying?
Yeah, you gonna have that happen off camera.
Yeah, I mean they did it. They did.
I guess that's the same thing happened in the anime movie, right?
Yeah.
Like she's running in the field and you just hear the gunshot.
All you hear is the gunshot. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
You can do that. I mean, I don't see a problem with it.
Or if you're just real, just show it.
I mean, you
could probably just show it.
That's tough. They probably do it though. Let's see. I'm skipping the rest of these because I don't know what the fuck they are. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Cinderella. They did that recently.
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland. They did. That. The first one was good. Second one was, but I liked Alice in Wonderland. It's definitely a trip for sure. If you watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
You're on. You'll have a better time if you're on something.
Peter Pan.
Which never got into Peter Pan.
They've done like about 5 fucking live action versions of the
other
Peter
companies
Pan.
Of that.
Yeah. Pan.
Is there one called Neverland?
Yeah.
With Hugh Jackman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's Pan.
That's
Pan. They did a Hook. Return to Neverland, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
And also, I just don't care for Peter Pan like that.
Lady and the Tramp, they did a live action of that, which was okay. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty. Did they do a live action Sleeping Beauty?
I don't think so.
Nah. 101 Dalmatians.
You could do that.
They actually did do that.
Oh, yeah.
Which was good.
You're right,
I like that one. I like that one, Glenn Close as Cruella.
Yep.
Iconic.
Yep. They did do a live action, you're right.
They did. The Sword and the Stone. They haven't done that.
You could do that.
Jungle Book. They did that.
It's probably the best live action they've done.
Yep.
It's probably the best one.
That's what really started it all for them. Like, as far as
they said, hey, John, you want to do Lion King after this?
Mm-hmm. The Aristocats.
You can do if you take out certain elements, obviously.
Robin Hood.
There's like 16 different Robin Hoods.
That is very true. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. They did a live action Winnie the Pooh with
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan. That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, you're right. The Rescuers. That would be a good one.
Is that with the mice?
Yep.
Okay,
I think that's a live action project they should try to do. Because the first one and the second one were both amazing films to me.
Christopher Robin's so fun. Now that I think about it, it's such a cute movie.
The Fox and the Hound.
Movie's depressing as ever.
The Black Cauldron. I enjoy it. It's underrated.
Yeah.
Low-key. I don't know.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. I love what's his Gertie. The Great Mouse Detective. Oliver and Company.
You do. That's Shavante's favorite, right?
I don't think is it?
We were in the car that day coming from the Senior Bowl.
Oh yeah.
And we could get him to sing to the Disney songs.
And then we finally
you said there was the one that he'll sing to.
Yep.
And like 2 minutes in, he caved.
Yep, he did. Why should I worry? Why should I care? Little Mermaid. The Rescuers Down Under. Another one, which is great. Beauty and the Beast. They did that.
I forgot they did Aladdin.
Yeah.
And that one was. Well, it was okay.
It wasn't.
To be fair, I mean, people obviously were, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
He played Genie so good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I did like that one part where Will Smith was. It was the Prince Ali song.
Oh yeah.
He was like, I'm waiting. And like, Prince Ali. I was like, oh, okay, all right. I see you. That's clean. Lion King, they did that. Midst on that one.
It's cool for what it is.
Pocahontas.
Don't even think about it.
Can't do that.
Won't do it. No, won't even try.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
It's an underrated movie.
That is.
You could do that.
See, the only thing is, will they hold back with what's his name? A friar dude.
Probably.
Yeah, they would have to hold back on his ass.
Yeah, he really can't.
That man was thirsty in that movie.
Yeah, almost Deshaun Watson-esque.
Hercules.
They're doing that actually.
Yeah.
But they're making a musical.
They are?
Hercules is going to be a musical.
I did hear something about like Ariana Grande, and I was like, oh god.
It's like there's something about TikTok involved in it too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not very.
See, the only thing I'm eyeing for that for sure is the muses. Who the hell they cast as the muses?
Yeah.
Like that is the most important thing. Hades is going to be hard to do because like James Woods was so good as Hades in that movie because he really brought something
different.
For the character. Yeah, because like he's that smooth, fast talking guy that's kind of like how Hades would be. He's a negotiator. So James Woods was just perfect for it. I did hear like I saw someone do a fan cast and they said Taron Egerton should be Hercules, and I was like,
oh, hey, Danny DeVito's got to be.
Phil, yeah, for sure,
no question,
absolutely,
no question. He's got to be him.
I wouldn't mind Elizabeth Gillies as Meg.
Okay.
Yeah, Jade from Notorious. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She got the attitude for it.
She really does.
Yeah. Mulan, they did that. It wasn't based on the Disney, but
Yeah.
Tarzan.
See, Tarzan, it's a great story, but I think what makes it so damn good is that music.
Yeah.
It's Phil Collins going absolute ham for no reason.
Facts.
I just don't know if you can do better than the animated one.
It's crazy in the book. It wasn't even the fucking leopard that killed his parents. It was damn Kerjak.
Really?
Yeah, you know that?
Really? No,
Yep.
I never read the book.
Yep, it was Kerjak.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
And they made him a hero in the movie.
Yes, they did. Well, technically, I mean, it's still kind of a dick in the movie.
Yeah, he said, Tarzan, you're not a monkey, so I'm just not going to accept you.
Yep. Until his dying breath, then he's finally said, you know what?
Lead the humans.
You are right with me.
Lead the apes.
Dinosaur.
Facts.
Ageless, classic. But what can you really do?
It's dinosaurs, DeAndre.
But
you have me sold to dinosaurs.
But what can you really do as far as live action? Like, what can you really do differently? Like, as far as making it now.
Talking dinosaurs.
You already did it.
But it hasn't been done since.
You've already done it.
Talking dinosaurs.
They talked in this one.
I don't know, but that movie. I think it's one of the first 3D movies, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Or at least it was Disney's first, because I know Pixar technically wasn't with Disney. But the movie underrated as ever.
Emperor's New Groove. I could see that.
You could do that.
You could do that.
Real life, get David's. No, you can't get David Spade. He's too old. But David's. I just forget he voices Cusco.
He does it so well. Atlantis is one that you could do.
That's true. That's the one you could pull off.
That would be some great, because I've seen some great fan casting over the years. I've seen like Zoe Saldana cast as Kira. Is it Kira?
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield casted as Miles. Like, I've seen some amazing casting.
Atlantis is the one where I could look at it and maybe go, if you really get the live action right, it could be better than the animated.
Facts.
If you get it right, it could be better.
And while he's still alive, man, cast Morgan Freeman as the fucking dad.
Yeah.
Like,
you could do it. You could do that.
Do that. Do this.
You could make it better than the animated movie.
I truly believe that too.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch, which
they're doing
Treasure Planet.
Underrated.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Underrated movie.
Live action, especially with visual effects, space. We've seen it before. Guardians.
And Disney's done space.
Yeah. You should let like James Gunn do it or something.
Honestly,
considering he's done Guardians of the Galaxy.
Just say, hey James, come back and do something that isn't Marvel for us. What do you say?
But you can't put those adult humor jokes because this is a Disney film.
Yeah, it's a remake, so it's strictly from the movie.
Brother Bear, Home on the Range, Brother Bear for sure.
Underrated Brother Bear.
Chicken Little.
People crapped on the movie, but I just find it so funny.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you why.
Meet the Robinsons.
Incredibly depressing.
That is.
That's a very depressing movie. Let it go. Let it wash, bro. So Meet the Robinsons just hits differently.
Hey, Gru, want to come out to my house after school? They hated me.
Bro, that's a. You could easily do that, but I just think that movie. It's like Over the Hedge from DreamWorks. Like Over the Hedge, I don't think needs a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Meet the Robinsons. You told the story.
Right. Bolt.
You could do Bolt.
Yeah. Princess and the Frog, yes.
You could do Princess and the Frog.
Yes. Tangled, yes.
Yeah. All the princess ones you could just touch pretty easily.
But again, like movies, see, like what Princess and the Frog 2009, Tangled 2010.
That came out in 2009?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I know, right?
Good God Almighty, I did not realize that.
I'm like, can't we wait like 20 years before we start announcing like live action projects, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're about to get into something else after this, which is another animated feature. Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Zootopia, Moana.
Those all need live actions right away.
They will eventually. I hope they do. Like Moana would be great eventually.
That'd be fun. Just don't get The Rock.
Yeah.
Don't get The Rock. Because they'll make it all about him.
Encanto to be perfect live action.
Yeah.
In the future, like.
I forgot Strange World even came out. That movie just did not promote whatsoever. They did not promote it.
It was terrible. Like as far as the promotion for it, for sure.
But
so as I mentioned, as far as like recent animated films, so apparently they're doing a How to Train Your Dragon live action movie, which is in the works from Dean DeBlois and Universal.
Mm-hmm.
DeBlois, who steered the original and beloved animated trilogy from DreamWorks Animation, is making his live action debut as Universal takes a page out of the Disney playbook. And this is from The Hollywood Reporter. The Dragons and Vikings are taken to the skies once again, this time in live action. Taking a massive swing, Universal Pictures has put in motion on a How to Train Your Dragon live action movie with Dean DeBlois, the filmmaker behind the original animated trilogy, back in the saddle as writer, director, and producer. The feature project is already steps into the development process. Universal has dated the feature for March 14, 2025 release, and sources also say the casting process is already underway. This new Dragon will adapt the trilogy of movies that were made by DreamWorks Animation and released in 2010s to get great acclaim. The first movie released in 2010, god damn, 2010? Shit. Earned Academy Award nominations for Best Animated Film and Best Story. The second and third notched Best Animated Film, not Oscar nominations. The trilogy was also a hit with audiences, grossing more than $1.6 billion at the box office. The franchise is one of the crown jewels of DreamWorks Animation and spawned television series that aired on Cartoon Network, Netflix, and Hulu. Using the books by Cressida Cowell as a jumping-off point, How to Train Your Dragon focused on the special friendship between a young and unheroic Viking boy named Hiccup and Toothless, an injured dragon he nurses back to health. The movie chronicled Hiccup and Toothless' quest to combat humanity's prejudice against dragons, the ache of overcoming the loss of a parent and first love, and uniquely they did so by consistently aging the protagonist commensurately with the story, becoming a true coming-of-age story. Jay Baruchel voiced Hiccup, with the supporting characters of the Viking boys' friends, including Jonah Hill as Snotlout, Christopher Mintz-Plasse as Fishsleds, T.J. Miller as Tough Nut, and Kristen Wiig as Rough Nut. Let's see. Trying to find balance and making... Oh, get this. It's unclear whether in success Universal would seek to translate other DreamWorks animation movies into the live-action realm, Shrek or Poe. Anyone?
No.
You
They're
can't.
copying Disney.
You definitely can't do Kung Fu Panda in live action.
No.
Just animated is just what makes it so incredible in general.
You can't. You can't do Shrek either.
Yeah. Also, because if you do live action Kung Fu Panda. Because, like Lion King, it's understandable live action because it's lions. Like, it's animals.
They're animals being animals.
Exactly. Kung Fu Panda, you actually got, you going to actually make a live action panda doing Kung Fu? No. It would not be right. Shrek.
I don't know. If you think people are going to ride over the Lion King versus the original Lion King, Shrek would be...
Yeah, Shrek.
It would rub people the wrong way if they did Shrek.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. I would definitely say that How to Train Your Dragon, I do wish that they... Oh, shit. Yeah, so I do wish How to Train Your Dragon waited a few years before talking about doing this fucking live action... Wait, future for... 2020. Damn, 2 years. So, yeah, I wish they waited.
The last one just came out, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, that's what... Let me look that up real quick.
Right, I think that's when the last one came out. It was relatively recent, if I'm not wrong.
2019, yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
About 3.
Not everything needs live action remake, people.
Well, I mean, I don't mind How to Train Your Dragon in the live action, but I wish, damn, can't you wait 10, 15 years? Let the shit age,
Yep.
Damn. Why we always got to jump into live action immediately?
But if DreamWorks were to go that route, that's the one film you could do. Because like you said, with Kung Fu Panda, it'd be really odd to make it totally live action where they're animals, but they're actually doing stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And Shrek, I think people would not let you do Shrek.
No. Don't do that. I think also because Shrek is because it's a fairy tale, it's a storybook, so it's kind of just...
Yeah.
Putting it in that animation style just works, especially with what we saw recently with the Puss in Boots movie.
Yeah. So you could do How to Train Your... That'd be the one, because they're actual people in it.
Yeah.
You could CGI Hiccup and the other dragons.
I mean, sure, there's people in it too, but I mean, Hey, can we get Kevin Hart as Lord Farquaad?
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart as Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
I think that could work. Dwayne Johnson.
Or it's him as the gingerbread man.
Dwayne Johnson as Shrek.
And we'll have Vin Diesel be Donkey.
Oh my god.
He'll go, I am Donkey. And then Shrek will go, Donkey, this is my movie. Don't be funny. Take the shine light from me.
Do you love her? Razor. Then you got to build a little tenderness.
The thing that makes Shrek elite is the side characters.
Oh, facts.
The fairy tale characters make it elite. I'm not gonna lie.
Shrek 1 is definitely the best movie, but Shrek 2 is
the funniest.
The funniest.
I will just constantly laugh at Shrek 2 no matter what.
That police scene.
Oh god,
that shit is in my top 10 like funniest scenes of all time.
Because it's just so funny how they copy cops.
Well, in that, and also like, oh, we got a white Bronco heading through the forest. Like, who comes up with this shit, bro?
Eddie Murphy's over yelling police brutality, and then they find the catnip on puss. That's not mine.
Oh my god.
Well, that and I mean, and really Shrek 2. Probably the cover of Hero. Or,
yes.
That might be more popular than the original song.
Yes,
that might be better than the original song.
Facts.
People just might know that version more than the original song.
I'm telling you, bro. I would play if I was at a party and they played that. I would be like, no, put that a Shrek version.
Yeah, for real. Pinocchio's hilarious. I'm not wearing ladies' underwear. And I love the blind mice because they always have them do stuff, and there's three blind mice. I don't know what you expect them to do.
God. Man, Shrek was just...
Shrek just hits different. You couldn't touch Shrek.
Shrek is still, to this day, like, it's a timeless classic, bro. Even when it was released, it was ahead of its time. It's still a timeless classic.
The comedy was on point. It's just,
Yeah. Amazing stuff. But, you know, my thing is, like, remember when Lion King was on DVD, it released, and they were like, oh, this movie's, like, make sure you get your copy now because it's going in the vault and all that shit. Like, they started putting, like, Disney movies in the vault. That vault shit only lasted for 2 years, and we started seeing them bitches back on the shelves and everything.
Well, they have Walt Disney actually in the vault.
Yeah, you're right. They got his body.
Yeah, his body's in there, so you only have so many room for so many DVDs.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all can freeze Walt Disney, but y'all can't freeze T'Challa.
And then they said, hey, you know what? Let's just give them a streaming service. They'll forget about the vault and Walt. That's what they did.
That is crazy to me. Because, I remember when that thing was popping. They were like, oh, yeah, it's going in the vault, so...
Get your copy now.
There
won't be another one.
Exactly. So that's just my thing. I just wish movies would take their time and let them age before, trying to make adaptations from it, And
I think that's... I mean, at least nowadays, you see a lot of... Like, TV shows do it a lot with reboots, and it's like, well, the reason they don't hit is just because the originals stand. Like, that's why I don't think there will ever be another Office remake, just because nothing will... Well, for one, I mean, half the things in The Office would not last. For being honest.
Very true.
So just just some things are just left to be better not touched.
You are right. You're right there. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, when it comes out, I'll watch it. But again, I do wish it kind of give it some time before releasing it. I wish, like, if it was released in 2030, I'd be like, okay, that's enough time between the two films. Or between the last film and making a live action adaptation, but like 6 years between 2019? Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah. Let the new kids grow up on it too.
Exactly. Yeah, do that. I mean, the animation is great. Like, it's not something where like, oh, this animation is terrible.
Animation's animation.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, exactly. Animation is animation. It's timeless to me. I watch Oliver and Company. I still think it's amazing. I mean, the animation isn't as clean, but it's like you can tell like it's like storybook inspiration. Like especially when they do the opening shot of New York, which is amazing because of like how much is actually like drawn up from New York,
right,
and presented. So, I honestly respect all forms of animation. I respect the old animation, new animation.
They all hold their own, and they reach individual ways.
Exactly. So, really awesome stuff. All right, guys, that will be all for our CBM talk. Thank you, Alec, for coming here and discussing all this shit with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, dude. I've finally been on here, but now I've done it, so I'm quite happy. You definitely earned a spot for coming back for future ones. Definitely. You on our call sheet? Don't worry. Before I let you go, though, do you want to talk a little bit about Final Drive and like how they can watch it? Or for sure. So we do a show together as well, the Final Drive with the Sour Kids Productions. It is primarily sports, NFL, NBA. We do a little bit of comic book talk as well at the end. You can catch us on YouTube at the Final Drive. And currently we're doing a giveaway. Once we reach 100 subscribers, we will give away a jersey to a subscriber of any team, any kind of jersey. We ship it out. So if you just go and subscribe to our channel, you'll enter the contest, and If we reach 200, we'll do 2 jerseys. So, hey, I mean, that's always something.
Seems like a pretty good deal to me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we're on YouTube. Just the Final Drive Show.
100 subscribers. Gotta pump those numbers up.
We're trying to get big like you guys.
Gotta pump those numbers up, man.
Trying to get there.
those are rookie numbers. Gotta pump them up.
So subscribe and you'll enter the giveaway for a jersey. And if you win, we'll ship it out to you. But we do lots of great stuff, lots of fun content. The NFL offseason is heating up right now.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna be talking about free agency.
Yep,
for sure.
Free agency's coming up. The NBA is about to enter the playoff mode, and that'll be lots of fun to discuss. And trust me, with DeAndre Javante on, it is never a dull moment. There are always jabs to be thrown.
There is shade.
Between those two, Makai, Tony, and myself, it's always a blast.
Yeah.
And we're good for a good sports conversation. Yeah. So. Yeah.
And if y'all want to feel bad for Alec, he's been a Saints fan. He's a Saints fan, so he's had some pretty rough years recently. Not gonna lie, I know it's crazy now that I'm saying that for you. Being a Dolphins fan with all the shit I went through, but
I've seen a Super Bowl.
Damn, bro, you don't do me like that. I wasn't even trying to throw. I was just saying, man, like, hey, like, it's just crazy. But
it's been rough now.
Yeah.
Derek Carr is now our savior, hopefully, and that's saying a lot.
That is sad.
That's where we're at now.
I mean, shit, you took Drew Brees from us, so
that's only fair, right?
Yeah, I know. Fucking settled with Dante Culpepper's sorry ass.
Yep, yeah, you did that.
We did.
Nick Saban said, "No,
yeah, we did. We did. That's what I'm saying. So we helped y'all. We gave you Drew Brees,
and we played in your stadium. And the Super Bowl was in Miami, right?
Fuck, was it?
Yeah, it was in Miami.
Oh shit, y'all did. Damn.
Yeah, we played in your house.
The ultimate disrespect, man.
Hey, but,
you know what? Fuck you. Get out of here.
But no, it's always a blast, and hey, just give us a watch, and we know our stuff. Yeah. I could say that confidently. So it's fun, and this is fun too. I never thought I get to do this, but hey, here I am.
There we go.
This has been fun.
Look at us, right?
Who would have thought?
But yeah, it's definitely, it was a lot today. And honestly, I was jittery throughout this motherfucker just because I've been drinking this and I've been up for the past almost 24 hours. So I'll be better next time. Also because there was a lot of shit that we had to catch up on. But usually what I want to do now is start posting them weekly. So sometimes you will see me and Javante for CBM Talks. And then you also see Alec as well sometimes.
Hey, okay.
And then you'll see all three of us sometimes as well because we'll be doing CBM Talks live from Sour Kids Production Studios as well. So
that'll be live.
Yeah.
So, it literally would be live.
I'm definitely going to save some recast of T'Challa shit for that day. Just know that. But yeah, I can't wait. Obviously there's going to be some new shit that we're trying to add to this channel moving forward. So definitely be sure to tune in for that.
Yep, and I'm excited. As a
Day one supporter.
As a day one supporter, a back-to-back contest winner.
Yes, you were.
A little salty to win that third one.
I'm sorry. Hey, well, that's what happens when you get more than
so
three,
many now.
When you get more than 2 people in the damn raffle. That's what happens.
It was yeah. So.
we had 9 this past one, so your odds got lower. Yep. I'm sorry.
Hey, I mean, seriously, this channel has grown. You and Javante done a lot of hard work, and it's been fun to just be a part of it.
Appreciate it.
It has been fun.
Yeah.
And now that I'm on it, it's even more fun.
Of course, yeah. It's great talking to you about this, bro. It's just casual conversation, man. We do this shit off camera all the fucking time, so
facts.
This is easy.
But this is for content, so it makes it even more fun.
Exactly. We get to share it with you guys. Hope you guys were able to post your comments down below, and I'll be sure to look at them, comment. We can have a full discussion on some of the thoughts. And then if you have any questions for next time, we could bring them into CBM Talks and have discussions as well on those. So really excited. But again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm DeAndre.
Oh, so says I'm Javante, right?
Yeah.
And I'm Alec. Yeah.
And this is Dre and Jay. Or Dre and A. Deuces.